Hey, let's get the stream started by booting up the Skyrim. I know Steam is active because I've made sure of it. Yeah, when my brain thinks it works, but when my brain doesn't think, that's when it becomes a problem. Now, of course, this is where Skyrim decides I want to take forever to load, for no good reason. Also, turns out Google does not consider the word Meadery a word. You know, despite the fact that it's, you know, the name of a place that makes mead. It's like a brewery, but for mead. But for some reason, Google doesn't consider it a word, or at least on YouTube it doesn't. Which is funny, because it's Google. Like, Google search registers a Meadery as a word. You can put the word Meadery in and it brings up loads and loads of Meaderies. So it's clearly a word. But you put it in on YouTube, and it comes up as this isn't a word. It gets a little red text, a little red line of death underneath it saying this isn't a word. Why? I don't know. Because it's clearly a word. It's not just like something Skyrim uses. No, it's genuinely the term for a place that makes mead. Which is a mead brewery. But, you know, you gotta love how inconsistent Skyrim is. Why do the standing stone? Why do the Doomstones have a big hole in the middle? Just what? Why? Were they meant to have like an orbit you drop in the middle and it floats, sir? Are we going to have a load in? This is a very long load screen. Oh, Steam didn't decide it wanted to do a bloody update on something, did it? Because that would do it. Right, Shulk must make haste towards Whiterun to ruin the lives of the city. Ooh, butterfly. We must head towards them. Whiterun! First, make some barrels. Barrels laughing at me. Oh, a little campsite. I don't remember this be. Is it a hunter's campsite? Tis vanilla. Yeah, it is vanilla. Normally, vanilla campsites have, like, NPCs nearby. Especially if they're owned. Like, I have a feeling this is a hunter's camp, and yet there's no hunters, so it must be the two that go down here and get slaughtered by bears. You know, this being Riften. You know, it's the Rift. Bears are omnipresent. Oops. Oops, I killed something. I killed someone I shouldn't have and somehow got a bounty. Wait, the bear was the fucking thing giving me a bounty? The bear. Oops. Oh well. I mean, to be honest, she is protected, but she was going to get slaughtered by the bears anyway. So, I mean, she died. I mean, how far away are we from Shawstad? Quite a distance. So she does roam actually quite far. Because I've set her as a hunter, you know, sort of logic. It's like I'd send her out into the wilderness, but then give her a very large free roam, so she can end up quite a way away. And to be honest, this is quite a way away from where I put from Shawstone. I can't remember exactly where I told her to go. It might have been out here, but it's still within her wander radius is quite big. But delivery, again, my little town expansions. I tried to, if you know, an NPC roams outside of town, I tried to give them a decent degree of room. Oops, wrong shout. But it's a scuba den. But you know, I tried to give them a bit more leeway, so they're not always in the exact same spot at the exact same time, which it bothers me how in vanilla Skyrim you know exactly where an NPC will be, because their AI packages are actually pretty basic. You know, a lot of the shopkeepers are end shop, go to sleep. That's pretty much all they do. A few of them have an eat package where they go to an inn. What the? Okay, is this the mysterious shadow I keep seeing? You know, every time I think, oh, there's a dragon nearby. Is the mysterious shadow just this dwarven mechanical dragon deciding it wants to come and say hello? Because this particular dragon corpse is stalking, you know, stalking dragon corpse. It just decides, no, I'm going to fall on your head every so often. Foxen? Let's run past the fox, it's fine. No, there is definitely an actual dragonfly. Ah! Ah! Monster. Have I hit her? Yep. Is she actually going to land her ass, though? Oh, she's only a young one. Unlock. Does she not have a breath attack? Like, or can they not use? Can they not? I mean, even a shitty lightning breath does hit. Don't. Just stand here. And crippled. Just keep firing this ball. Fun fact, if you disable the auto target, you know, aim assist, which is actually a function in Skyrim, which you'll probably never notice it with magic, but you'll almost certainly noticed it with, say, an arrow or a bolt where it's, you know, or sometimes like veer off to the left or right, but the target's moved out of the way, so your perfectly aimed shot actually becomes a miss. But that's the actual aim assist function, which if you don't have it on for NPC like beam attacks, like that lightning breath is a beam attack, the sparks is a beam attack. You know, there's a few things that class as beam attacks, but if you basically don't have beam attacks do it, NPCs will just miss, because the actual hitbox for them is tiny. What did that box do? I'm sure I just witnessed that box roll over. Now I'm watching a stream chat, which is a good 10 or 20 seconds behind. No, it just did a really awkward turn on the spot. Oh god, this is actually a road. This is I think the steepest road in Skyrim, because yeah, holy shit, how this is climbable. This must just be the absolute borderline of what is considered climbable in Skyrim. Oh god, this road is obscenely steep. Okay, some things are making me in combat. I don't know what. But we will go sliding along the mountain in our quest to defraud Order Brewery. You know, ruin a brewery. in the name of Maven, because that's all you do in the Thugs Guild, is you're just a thug. Or either Nocturnal or Maven, depending on which part of the quest you're in. No thieving required. Bits of Skyrim you rarely see. Some of the only truly flowing water in Skyrim as well. Because normal flat level water doesn't, it doesn't really flow like that. And talk about bits of Skyrim you never really go through. Like this random gate. Complete with padlock that you have to... You unlock and move. Random bits of Skyrim you just never really go through. There's a bit of an odd route to take down here. It's the down from Everstead route, but it's a bit of an odd route to take it. There's a bit of Skyrim you never really go through. Which shrooms? Well, shrooms aren't always harvestable. I think going down there isn't a bad idea, but going down there is the only idea. So, lat. That's harder than it looked. Ah, yeah, there's Gorge Log. Is there a random NPC sitting on it like an idiot? Yes. Yes, there's always a bandit sitting on that log. Don't know why. Sweet. Sit on that log. The slightest slip and, the log rolled ever so slightly. If anything happened, you're probably falling to your death. It's the only bandit around as well as... Ow. Ooh, flowers. Big blue mountain flowers. What is this? Hilgrim's tomb. I can safely say I do not come past Hilgrim's tomb very often. Because it is kind of arse-cracker nowhere. It's one of those it is an arse-cracker nowhere place. Despite not being too far off the road, it is a right arse-cracker nowhere location. Because you generally never come off, oh hell, Kelsey Bluff. I might have noticed that within like a minute. Might be a record for me noticing chat. Back at this. Ooh, a Mantor. And now it's a Mino dead as I reload the air. Now you die. Ooh. I will take your toes and your horns. And your flowers. And go up and kill this giant camp, because why not? Anything to distract from doing Maven's fuggery. Yes, I am very easily distracted. Hello, giant. I shall call you dead. I wasn't expecting that quick. Oh, data about Nernroot. He had good alchemy booty. And some cheese. Meats and some potato. And the very, very fresh blood with the very, very dead skeletons. Where this rock had clearly just gone flung from nowhere, did this rock. Or it's a meteor. But yeah. Oh, it has been an hour. I would believe that, given how slow my chat response times are. I mean, it's possibly been it probably has been a Skyrim hour. Or two. It might have been 2 hours of Skyrim time. Because Skyrim time passes very, very quickly. Weird, considering the default timescale is believed to be 20. don't know if that's 20 times faster than normal, or what it is, but it's 20. It's 20 by Skyrim time. Oh no, our time. Places you go in Skyrim more often than you really should. Are you going to hold me up again?
This here's a toll road, see?
You really?
You know, now that I think of it, that sounds fair. Just shove off before the others notice.
Before you die, yes. Wiggle, wiggle, boing, 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 boing. I have learned an important trick of mountaineering: is you can roll your way up a mountain. Places that you normally couldn't go, but it's not the most efficient. Bouncing, I think, is generally faster. The traditional way to scale mountains is to bounce your way up, but also this giant camp, not really intended to come from this angle. They'll go from the traditional way. Again, sidetracks. They are my life. Oh, he's just this loincloth. He's going to die horribly. Yep, he died horribly. As did that one. And they're now dead. Booty, 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 booty. Oh, this is the one that's in a cave. There we're going in. Oh! Well, let's see. Let me get outside and I'll explain what she is. Assuming there's a giant in here. Or not. Fine, I'll just take this booty. Oh no, Knights and a 9. I'll just grab all that crap. I'm not going to take the spell tome. Spell tomes are garbage. Come back outside and I can explain what Shork is in the beautiful light of daylight. So, first of all, she is a Shork. She is just a cute little shark. Specifically the old Crimes Against Nature based shark. So it's got the Crimes Against Nature eyes. It's also got the inexplicable jiggle bones on the little fins for some reason. Why her little head fins have jiggle bones, I don't know. But it's cute and it's adorable, and turns out it ported just fine to Special Edition. You have to remove the Crimes Against Nature script. That doesn't really do anything, but that's the race. The body texture is just standard. If I remove the armor, if I just remove the armor to show, scroll. The body texture isn't the greatest, and the neck's not the greatest either. But considering this was for old Skyrim, it's not too awful bad. The armor is the Creation Club ebony plate. Well, I think it was ebony plate, or was it ebony? No, it wasn't ebony mail. That's one of the Daedric. That's Boethiah's Daedric artifact, so it must be ebony plate or something. But what I did was I sort of turned it into light armor because it's got more of a light armor look. So what I did was, stat-wise, I made it, a slight bit better than Dragon Scale, but but keeping its original weight at 8. Its values, basically its armor value was similar to like one step up from Dragon Scale, but otherwise it's but it kept its original heavy armor weight, which I did with a lot of the alternate armors from the Creation Club, because I like the armors. They're really nice, lore-friendly armors that make the models on them are actually really nice. But also, I have a custom body slide, which is basically just bigger butt, bigger bust. That's it. Because default Skyrim is depressingly flat in both ass and chest. It's just depressingly flat. So that's pretty much all I did. I mean, I could put the old Dragon Scale on, but that's what I used to wear on old Skyrim, is just full set Dragon Scale, which, it's just a bit overused. So I thought the ebony one would be more fun. Well, actually, I think I like Daedric as well, but I can't remember if that one was. I think I did make that one light. So I've got the Daedric alternate armor. I just, for some reason, have never ever made it. Oh no, Goblinses. That's the plural of goblin, isn't it? Goblinses. Nasty goblins. I will take their precious potions. I will leave their swords. The swords are not worth anything. They are just shite. As we approach of White Run, I need to check if I actually have the good Honning Brew itself. No. To ruin the Honning Brew, I must first go into the White Run itself, where I can also talk to Idlath, patron of the great clan Battleborn, a name you sure know where. Oh no! Random Khajiit Mage! That's an unusual one. Oh! In full ebony! Now that is unusual. I mean, random Khajiit Mage is rare. It's a pretty rare of the random generic of a species encounter, but in full ebony as well. I will zoom across the river. Check out that fishing spot. Thank God we don't need to do any of that again. The RNG for the rare fishes are so bad. Especially the cave one, because the cave one there's just so few cave fishing spots. Hello, cows. This is some cows. And yeah, if these farms look a little more alive than normal, it's because they are. Because apart from Nazim's, which I deliberately left as a bit of a joke, you know, he's so proud of his shitty farm. But what I did was I went in just in a tiny little mod, just went every other, basically filled the gaps between in them, so there's a lot more, like, you can see there's a lot more cabbages than normally would be. The cabbages are growing, multiplying. Oh, speaking of Nazim.
Do you get to the Cloud District very often? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you don't.
Oh no, I only go there most times I visit Whiterun. Ooh, what me seeing? What you doing? I'm sure I have harvested this Nern root before. I will accept its call. Let call from Nernroot. Yes, do you accept charges? Well, if it shuts it up, yes. Yes, I do. Imagine waking up one morning to hear this weird ringing coming from your basement, and then finding a Nernroot growing in this damp, sodden corner. Now, at that moment, you realised that not only was your house subsiding and sinking because it had got flooded, but for a long enough time that a Nernroot had grown in it, but also that you got a Nernroot growing in your house, and that you're going to be perpetually annoyed by it until you pull it up and destroy it, or throw it out the window. Because I believe potted Nernroot doesn't make the annoying noise. But does Skyrim have potted Nernroot? Nernroot didn't make the noise in Oblivion, although whenever I see it in Oblivion, I still hear the noise. That's... Even when I think of it, I hear the noise. Oh, yes, you can buy my ebony armor before I have to carry this big heavy thing around. Actually, before I do that, I am actually just going to demonstrate what it... We'll back out into the light. Just walk out into the light properly. There we go. Just demonstrate what actual normal ebony armor looks like to demonstrate the difference. Because I don't think I've done that very often. Ebony armor... I mean, it's a lot more form-fitting because I think this actually was properly... But, you know, it is kind of... there. The ultimate armors are quite bulky. But you can see that it's not quite as much actual plate on it, so I made it what I would class as a medium armor. AKA an armor that has the stats of one but the weight of another. And I think that's a fair way of doing it. Oh no, we did Robes of Illusion, let's get rid of those. Generic crap, get rid of that. My Falmor booty. Why do I have so many of water breathing? It's such an oddly specific enchantment to have. And such a completely useless one. Because Shark is immune to drownage. Yeah, on account of being a shark. Why do I have so many Imperial things? I don't remember eating any Imperials, well, in Werebeast form. Lifetime booties. Relax, crap. Ooh, shops are broken. Necromancer boots. Nordic carved armor. Way too common. Extreme description. Fishing rings. Earless wielding. More fishing rings. I need to remember. We'll have that all on. Oh, if you're wondering what the no helmets are, they're specifically something I made to stop followers like force equipping helmets, and it drive me nuts that every time a follower would find a helmet, they would just suddenly stick it on and look atrocious. Oh, speak Alfred, patron of the Great Clan Battleborn.
I'm as much annoyed as the next man. You're here, and not a moment too soon.
Oh no, this is the joke Arn quest, isn't it?
A close friend of mine. We fought together on the... Now it's up to me to save him one more time.
Why am I in Whiterun?
The city guard in Solitude is seeking on...
Only Solitude does executions.
He fled here. He was arrested for...
And Helgen, but Helgen's been destroyed, so everything, all the execution business goes to Solitude now.
His identity isn't known to the authorities in Whiterun, so there's still a chance to save him.
Well, he's clearly not that nice a person if he's been put in jail in 2 different holes for different reasons.
I want to have Arn's name stricken. I'm setting him up with a new identity. It's the only way to throw the guard permanently off his trail.
And how will you do that without with him looking exactly the same?
The job is twofold. First, steal a letter that was...
Oh wow, stealing? In the Thieves Guild? What is this nonsense?
For Arn. The second is to change Arn's name. If it was easy, I would have hired a local thug instead of a...
Again, you did hire a thug, just not a local thug. You call thugs for less.
Inside the Jarl's or the Steward's chamber.
Oh, they do allow guests in there when that guests happen to save the city about 5 times.
Remember that before you do anything stupid.
Right.
You watch yourself out there.
The Dragon's Reach. I guess we are going to the Cloud District very often. You know what? Good old Nazim. Who are you? Are you the... He's something, but I can't remember which one he is. He was some... Oh, he was the Bittercut quest, wasn't he? That was what he was. I don't remember what he was. I was going to say, he did look like the guy you take to the Gilder Gleam. Oh god, keeping that guy alive is a challenge. Because if you don't fast travel, he will just die. Because he won't make the journey, because something will aggro him and he will die. I must waddle through the Whiterun. Up the hill. Through this door. Dog bonk door. Snoop bonk's door. Oh no, this isn't even like in a steely area. Oh no, the prison registry has been forged. There's no guards, there's nothing. Note, not trespassing. I don't even know, it's not even steal because I'm friends with the Jarl. You know, I've saved Whiterun so many times, and to be honest, if you've played the quest in the order that they intend you to, like joining the Thieves Guild during the main quest, you've already saved Whiterun.
Captured dragon. I don't think I'll ever understand that one.
You've already saved Whiterun, therefore, you can just waddle all around it however the hell you want. And if you want to forget places that exist, yeah, this little balcony is definitely a... Wait, why are the balconies all invisi-walled? Oh no, they're not. Ow. Just about made it. Like, they aren't full with their invisi-wall. What are you doing down here?
It's no fun getting pushed around all the time.
What are you doing down here? Weird little kid. I mean, I didn't even know Lars could wander up to Dragon's Reach. Clearly he can. But I'm now going to find Ulfrid, patron of the Great Clan Battleborn. A name I'm sure you know well. Question is, where is Ulfrid? Although I could just pop to the Bannon Mare. Is that where Gallus hangs out?
When the Empire surrendered to the Alt-Mary Dominion, they shamed us all.
It shamed us all. Yes, I'm sure you did. Into the Bannon Mare we go. Hello, Ricardo Moreira. I probably butchered that. No, it no, he isn't here. Yeah.
Can't a man drink in peace?
No.
I'm gonna keep this short because we've got a lot to. Haunting Brew's owner, Sabjorn, is about to hold a tasting for Whiterun's Captain of the Guard. No, that's the beauty of the whole plan. We're going to get Sabjorn to give it to us. The Meadery has quite a pest problem, and the whole city knows about it. Pest poison and mead don't mix well. You know what I mean? You're going to happen by and lend poor old Sabjorn. He's going to give you the poison to use on the pests. But Maven and I spent weeks planning this. Now get going before Sabjorn grows a brain and hires someone else to do the dirty. Once Sabjorn is out of the way, Maven has plans for the place.
Yeah.
Consider it just more of the dirty.
Oh, I'll definitely do it. Oh, Karstag. Karstag is, I would suggest... Look, Karstag hits like a truck and has, I think, more health than any other NPC in Skyrim. He is very much Skyrim's super boss, if you will. In fact, the only thing I think can possibly have more HP than Karstag is a magic anomaly, because they just infinitely scale. But unless you want to grind some more, and the best way to kill Karstag is with a ranged weapon. The Ice Wraiths aren't much. Have a follower, just preferably an essential one so they can't die by friendly fire. So you have a follower to distract like the Ice Wraiths that Karstag spawns. I think he spawned Ice Wraiths, or he respawns some sort of like crappy little mob. So have a follower to sort of distract them, but sort of try and keep a good distance from Karstag and just keep peppering him with arrows or bolts. It's, you know, traditional. I mean, I'm not sure. I think he can get you on top of his throne, but if you can sort of jump on top of his throne, that's usually a good spot, because the old traditional giant hunting strategy of stand on a rock they can't reach you on, it is a classic for a reason. But I'm pretty sure Karstag can hit you on top of his throne, so the best thing to do is just try. So fire one arrow, run to the other end of the arena, fire one arrow, run to the other end of the arena. And if you're ever in trouble, have Become Ethereal equipped as your shout, and if you ever feel like you're going to take a hit, just press the shout button, and you become immune to damage.
You've been a good friend to me.
So, always a good... Become Ethereal is genuinely a big... It's a get-out-of-jail-free card.
Arn? Never heard of him. I guess that means...
Don't worry, I put his name as unborn on the criminal. He'll never get in.
my support and all the weight it carries.
How do you know what I put on that registry? He's still called Arn, you know.
Quite pleased.
Just called Arnbjorn. Right, now we've got to do the dirty business of Maven. Doink. We'll roll through Whiterun. Zoom. But yeah, Become Ethereal is very, very useful if you're ever in a really bad pinch. Yeah. Yeah, Frank Horror. Yeah, I heard that was a bit of a brutal boss fight. I've never actually played Fallout 1 or 2. They're just a little too dated for me, and this comes from someone who enjoys like PS1 era stuff, but just I think it's more like how it's that early sort of faux 3D, and it just doesn't look nice to me. And like the UIs don't look nice, and I know games of that era especially PC games of that era have a horrible time running on modern hardware. So I have been a bit, you know, I do actually own them. I think they gave them out for free if you own like Fallout 4 or something at one point. Like for the Fallout like that 25th anniversary or something, they gave them out for free. So I do actually have them. It's just I've never actually played them. I have heard they're very good, but I just don't know if I could get along with them, because I do struggle with some of the really old get. You know, I do have to be able to look at it. Ooh, bees. 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 These are big bees. Very big bees. And yet not in the bumble variety, because look, they're not. They're long and pointy rather than short and fluffy. And yes, I got really annoyed that there was like no apiaries anywhere outside of like Golden Glow. So what I did was add some shrunken down and non-owned versions of the Hutfire ones. And yeah, it turns out they actually spawn bees around them, so actually quite a nice feature. Oh yeah, I think he was. Yeah, I know he was like. I think he had like max possible stats the game would even allow.
What are you?
Yeah, I think like max HP and
I
everything.
have problems here?
No, I've come to help.
Are you kidding me? I'm supposed to be holding a tasting. If he sees the Meadery in this state, I'll be ruined. Oh, really? I hope you're not expecting to get paid until the job's done.
Just pay me when the job's done.
My only demand is that these vermin are permanently eliminated before my reputation is completely destroyed. I bought some poison. I was going to have...
Ah, yes, malice.
If you plant this in the vermin's nest, it should stop them from ever coming back. Don't come back until every one of those things are dead.
Okay.
Now I've got to clean up this mess.
I'm just gonna go steal your shite. Where is your door? Ah, you don't even have a door. Beautiful. Because you know you gotta steal his unique booty, which is a golden honey barrel, if I remember correctly. It's a bit weird. Oh no, he gave me the key, the idiot. Where is your golden honey barrel thing? Oh no, I've got to actually unlock a door. Like, Karstag, he hits hard, but it is kind of... At the end of the day, he's more just a health sponge than anything else. There it is, the golden decanter. Empty! I mean... Ooh, big bag of dosh. 34! See? For a big bag of dosh, that's really disappointing. So we must go into the basement. That's all these bear traps. Excessive for skeevers. Oh god, the Thieves Guild and Oblivion's actually no-ball them. It's like Robin Hood-esque. You steal from the rich, give to the poor. And at the end of the day, you're helping a count get even with a Daedra. And also making Hieronymus Lex his personal guard just because why not? Like, to be honest, Hieronymus Lex, you can get behind getting him assigned elsewhere. Yes, he's an absolute model trooper, but everyone else in the Imperial City is like, why are you taxing the beggars? It's not even worth it. Just let them go. It's not worth even taxing them. You know, it's like, just give pity to them. But no, Hieronymus Lex does it because it's in the books, therefore it must be done. It's like, Oblivion's Thieves Guild is, and it actually requires you to do thievy stuff, and everything you end up stealing is involved in the last heist, which I think is a really nice feature. Ew. I thought you were dealing with skeevers, not spooters. Ew. Yuck. That's the vile things. Look at them. Look at them. Ugh. Yuck. Let's roll through here. Bear trap. Wing. No better way to get over a bear trap than just... Ooh. Shivering... Jiggalat. Good... I have a distinct memory of Shivering Isles, which isn't a good one. When I first played it on PS3... Shivering Isles had a tendency to glitch out and spawn like the Priests of Order, which can only be killed by with their little weird little all gem things, like the Heart of Orders. Having them spawn in the middle of the Imperial City, which was a bit of a problem because their gimmick to kill them wasn't there with them, so they couldn't die. It was really quite a problem. I mean, he's a self-aware psychopath. That's always a bit of concern, isn't it? Blood poison to the nest. Why? I would have left that behind. Ooh, free thieves. Take rare book. Yeah. Yeah. You know, there are some nice systems in Bethesda RPGs, weirdly. Yeah. And Shivering Isles Prison was a weird one in that it was basically you could just escape from, if you had no money, you just escape the prison, which, yeah, it wasn't the easiest dungeon in the world, but if you were going in, Shivering Isles actually level scaled really, really well. Much better than vanilla Oblivion did. Something I very much noticed is like you can play Shivering Isles at pretty much any level and it will be balanced for you.
Watch it.
Oh no, we must poison the mead vat. I feel like this is really, really bad. I say, and it wouldn't be surprised if Malice let the pests in. Oh, hit the key. Hit this massive ass key. Yeah, this Skyrim's magic is really limited. I think how it works is better, because I think Oblivion's weird offhand was really odd. What the f...
Malice is teaching me everything he knows about brewing. Hopefully, I could take over his position someday.
Oh yes, that there will be very soon. But Skyrim's how he cast in Skyrim, I think, is better, because in Oblivion, being a pure mage basically had you carrying something in a shield with the extra enchantment on it, which just felt really off. And you could only have one spell equipped at a time, which, given Oblivion's very limited, like, favourites menu, was not good. But the spell variety in Skyrim is atrocious, and it turns out most of the effects actually exist, but they're all buried behind one-off shouts, which have crippling reload times. Minus lower because I've got mods that ties it so Speechcraft reduces the time, but like or worse, Doomstone effects are once a day powers.
See Sabjorn squirm.
Was something we discussed unclear? Well, it's about time. I had to stall the captain until you were finished. You'll just have to wait until after the captain's finished.
Unfortunately so.
I suppose you can wait
Can't
around
wait to
if
see
you must.
Sabjorn squirm.
Oh yeah, the random dragon attacks have a nasty habit. I think Special Edition has actually toned down the Dawnguard vampire attacks quite a lot, because I haven't noticed them anywhere near as much as I used to.
Finest brew yet. I call it Honey Brew Reserve.
The question is, he must have already had this here before you poisoned the vat, so how the hell did we poison this? It's a logic fail in the quest. It's a logic fail in the quest here. Unless this sleazy bastard brought it over.
I don't know. What's wrong?
You assured me this place was clean. I'll see.
Malice has been doing something.
You remain in irons for the rest of your day.
So, dragon attacks are...
I don't
If you don't do Murmurs, if you don't spawn Murmur, you don't get dragons. And if you complete the main quest, they become a lot less frequent, but there is a point during the main quest line where between certain quests there's just so many dragons. I can imagine it getting annoying in like open air towns. Cities, I've had I think one dragon in like over 1,000 hours. I think I've only had like one dragon attack me in Whiterun. I don't think I've ever had one attack me in Windhelm. Like actually in Windhelm. Outside Windhelm, loads. Like on the bridge to Windhelm, always seem to get a dragon whenever I go there. Oh, tell Stephen's sword, the gold veranda. Yeah, that's in a museum. Like most of my items, I found it's in a. Oh no, he's very slow, only going away on the honor system.
I don't think that could have. Anything else you need before you head back to Riften?
Yeah, good clean.
So, Maven wants to hunt down You're welcome to take a look
Yeah, I've already been there.
Remember to put in a good word with Maven for me.
No. I think you're a sleazeball and she's even worse. Wink. Takes all my effort just to resist putting a bolt through her head. And most of the Blackbriar family, actually. Oh no! It's in Sabion's dresser, which is... I love how that's locked bed and everything. Oh, promissory note. We must read the promissory note. Books. Promissory note. Sabion, within the enclosed crate, you'll find the final payment. As we discussed, Honningbrew Meadery should now begin brewing mead at full production. In regards to your concerns about interference from Maven Blackbriar, I can assure you that I'll do everything in my power to keep her assets and her cronies at bay. This is the beginning of a long and successful future for both of us. Very fancy paper. Ooh, small tree decoration. I'm not sure I did find that one. Ugh. I've got a lot of... I mean, I've got a small... Did I take the little Gilda Green or not? I can't remember. I can't remember which Gilda Green I took. All I know is we're going back to Rift Den now. For double duty. But what's asking me over here, I wonder? Ah, Stones of Berenzia. Stone of Berenzia. That was it. And then the other one's in Pine Watch. I know what that is now. And I'd been through Pine Watch. How I missed it, I don't know. But then again, I was missing like 10 of the Stones of Berenzia, and one of the ones I was missing was the fucking Jarl Balgruffs. So, how I missed that, but... Oh yeah, can't stand here in Whiterun. Oh, hello, I'm Ari. You're slowly waddling back to town.
Need a ride? Where do you want to go? You're in the right place.
He hasn't got the new... Oops, wrong town. Let's change town.
Where do you want to go?
I wanted to go to Rift Den, not Markarth.
Climb and back and we'll be off.
And no, I will never take a cart to Morphal. It's become a bit of a gag.
Hope it lasts.
Yeah.
Couldn't ask for better weather.
So yeah, knowing how scummy and like bad Maven is, and like everyone knows that she's sort of a bit of a crime boss. Yeah, if you were in direct competition, you would have some sort of like guard, and like maybe not town guard, but like private security. You'd have something. I mean, like Golden Glow guy. I decided no, I'm going to have a private security. Oop, plop down into the right way. Such a useful little passage. Again, not vanilla, it's something I put in myself because I was sick. It's a relic from my old Skyrim because, oh god, 32-bit Skyrim used to crash every time I went into Riften without fail. It was so unstable. But, now it doesn't.
One of us, you better not make trouble.
Finish that job.
A special request, and I specifically. You're making a name for yourself, that's for sure. I need you to make your way to Solitude.
I think I'm going there for my next job anyway.
He's looking to run some kind of a... Now, he's not exactly going to welcome you with open arms.
No, because he's an asshole.
Cool. Do this job right, and we've just made an important friend out there. Alfred sent ahead his compliments. Looks like his friend Arn is soon. More importantly, I think you'll find that the guild is beginning to... It's nice to shake off the cobwebs and get... Before I'm going to give you any more work, you need to finish...
Go buy this decanter from me. Yes.
For this little beauty.
Yeah.
If you happen
I wonder if sometimes with Skyrim not making sense, whether it's because it was sort of rushed to completion for that ridiculous 11/11/11 release date.
more than fair.
Because there is definite evidence of cut content. I mean, like, the Windhelm Prison was supposed to be part of an arena, which got cut quite late in production in that it has voice lines, it has most of the assets exist, it's just not rigged. And it makes sense to cut it because the arenas are technically not very... They're very difficult to do. Oh, right, it was talk to the Slumlord herself. Oh, well, I had to go into it. I had to go in there anyway, so... I'll just climb out the sewer, it's fine. I mean, yeah, the Dwemer got disappeared by messing with the Art of Lorcan. So bad that they all just poofed out of existence. I mean, to be honest, don't go messing with things that you don't understand. Or maybe they won't. Knowing the Dwemer, they probably wanted to. They were a bit weird. And then, I mean, they were fucking around exploring other planes. I mean, that's how Yagrum is still there in Morrowind. He just happened to be fucking around somewhere else and missed it. Oh, the crab's in the cage. Oh.
Even wants to see you right away.
I'm sure she does. She's right here.
I trust you have good news for... This doesn't tell me much. The only thing that could identify Sabion's partner is this... Well, whoever this You should bring this... There's also the matter of your payment.
Turn to Brynjolf.
You'll find this more than adequate for your service.
Hello, Brynjolf.
Word on the street is that poor Sabjorn has found himself in
That
Whiterun.
travelled fast.
How unfortunate for him.
That on my cart is really slow.
Exactly. Now you're beginning to see it. Maven,
Yeah, and I hate it.
You discovered something else while you were out there. And this is beyond coincidence. First, Arangoth. Someone's trying to take us down by driving a wedge between Maven and the guild.
As they should.
Sir thinks he knows a way to identify this new... And if I were you, I'd hurry. I've never seen him this angry before.
Right, into the sewer again. Scoundrels fully. Yeah. Oop, into the hole we go. Into our completely subtle graveyard hole. Yeah, just press the Thieves Guild icon, which is clearly a button. Some kid must have waddled along and pressed that by accident one day. You know, someone would have waddled it in and found this place. I'll steal all these back at the end.
Ah, there. I've consulted my contacts regarding the
Yes, Nick Valentine. He's a big bad cousin.
It would seem our adversary is attempting to take us apart indirectly by angering. You jest, but they've been able to avoid identification for you. Just don't mistake my admiration for complete. Because
Yeah.
after all their posturing and planning, the parchment you recovered mentions a Godjal lie. His real name is Gullumai. Slimy bastard. Gullumai is our I'm betting he acted as a ghost.
Yay.
Get out there, shake him down, see what you come up with. Talk to Brynjolf before you leave if you have any questions.
No. Whoa, Brynjolf made it back quick.
I can't believe Gullumai's mixed up in all this. That Argonian couldn't find his tail with both hands.
Yeah, oh, that sounds... The thing with Azura is she will eat because that is fate. Oh no, I think you'll give me trouble.
He's one of the most stubborn lizards I've ever met. You're going to have to buy him off. If that fails, follow him and see what he's up to. If I know Gullumai, he's in way over... I'm glad to see you're embracing our methods.
Not Maven's.
Lose a contact at the East Empire Company. Just keep on Gullumai's tail, and he's bound to step into something he can't scrape off his boot.
Right, boink. The other way at the end.
Keep Gullumai alive.
Up the ladder. Oh, you... That's... Boink. Boink. Ah, so tight. Right, we must leave Rift then now and head to Solitude. And of course, it's a different route from Whiterun, so we are going to waddle. Because waddling to places is a fun way of travelling. Yeah, I mean, the Dwemer hate the Trader, and the Daedra hate the Dwemer. It's mutual, and I don't blame either side. Oop. So, right.
Trouble?
Problem? No. Oh, the weather outside is frightful. So I'll give it an earful. There we go. We've gone from hideous weather to beautiful weather. Lovely sunny Skyrim day. Oh, look. Clouding over. I don't think I can make that gag properly in Skyrim. There's too many clouds. That gag only works when there's a single cloud in the sky and you go, oh, you know, it's been a sunny day and then a single cloud appears and you point at it and go, oh, look, it's clouding over. You know what? Right up the arris. In the side. And then just dead. You did kill a bear. I'll take its horn. Alchemy. It's following me again! Yeah, as far as I can tell, that Skullduggy are an offshoot of an older of the Nord religions, so they've sort of got, like, they branched off at a different time and stuck with the old ways and then sort of became their, and just sort of stayed that way. Oh, this bear has stretched horribly. It's actually hard to search, it's stretched so bad. But as far as I can sort of tell with the Skald is that they were really old, ancient Nordic gods, but sort of split off and became their own thing after a while. While modern ones sort of turned into the divines. You know, they sort of started. You know, trolls are supposed to roll down hills, not up hills. They're supposed to whoop as well. Like, is it opposite day for trolls or something? Regardless, they get a bolt up the butt. Ain't no painted troll, it's not built like a brick shithouse. It's painted trolls. Painted trolls are just ridiculously overpowered. Like, fuck you if you go into that quest early. Like, you would just get absolutely slaughtered. And there was no way out. It could be a run-in. You know, it could end or save. If you didn't have console commands. But because the turpentine, you don't actually get enough to... It takes 2 turpentines to kill them. But you don't get enough turpentine, so you have to kill at least one of them legit. Which is brutally difficult if you're a low level. Or just haven't leveled up your combat skills, and that's even worse, but that's an Oblivion-wide problem. You know what? I think it's time for... I smell Stormcloaks. Tasty, tasty Stormcloaks. My inner beast is coming out. It might be broad daylight, but... Hey. Tasty, tasty. There's some belief that says that the Aedra and the Nordic gods are the same, like... Kine and Kinneret are the same. I mean, let's face it, the Empire just kind of co-opted everything and sort of mashed it together. Just not the Daedra. They didn't like Daedra. I smell Stormcloaks. I'm hungry. My mouth salivates. My scales come out. Why the fox is hostile, I don't know. Stormcloaks. Tasty, tasty Stormcloaks. Tasty Stormcloak. Hello. No. I'll just eat their corpse whole, that's fine. No. I am so overconfident in my abilities that I will quite happily eat them while they attack me. Wow, they're weak. Yeah, I mean, there was something nice about having the offhand magic, but the thing is, it made being a spell sword really not nice, because you could have, you know, any weapon you wanted, or a weapon and a shield, and magic. But it also made being a pure mage horrible. It was one of those weird things that it was a sort of both sides had their advantage and disadvantage. Also, what the hell is Maik the Liar doing so far up a road? Right, that's that tasty snack over with. Leave Maik alone, because it's Maik, he's fine. Don't bother with Maik the Liar. So that's one of the things I would say about Oblivion, is that it made being a pure mage horrible, but being a hybrid, it made really nice. The problem is Oblivion also kind of expected and almost outright forced you to be a hybrid mage. You were kind of... It was somewhat expected that you were always to be using magic as well as weapons. Like, it sort of assumed you use everything. Really, these bandits have still not despawned? Well, I'll help them despawn. I'll swallow this corpse first. But I don't care, it's not fresh. You know, it being The freshness of the meat is irrelevant. If it's dead body, I will happily shove it down my gob. Unless it's turned to a skeleton, in which case then I won't bother. Or it's already rotted away. Yes, Nilheim's so cold it doesn't rot. Oh no! I've got to be careful going down this cliff. Wiggle. Oh, if Obsidian's making it, it'll be an unfinished mess, because that's apparently, unfortunately, all Obsidian seems to be good at. Is they never seem able to finish anything. Like, their ability to budget time is terrible. Like, I mean, at least the one thing you can say about New Vegas is at least it's actually playable. It's clearly not finished, but at least it's playable. Compared to, say, I don't know, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, or KOTOR 2 as it will be henceforth known because I can't be bothered to say the whole name. KOTOR 2 is pretty much unplayable without a community patch. It just doesn't work. Obsidian never finished it. They set themselves a deadline that was too tight and couldn't make it. Which is traditional... What? Oh, that does not look good. That really does not look good. Try and get back down on level ground. A cute little dragon. Look at it. Feral. This is what true feral power looks like. Hagraven and Spriggan having a duel. I'll help with Spriggan. Because Spriggans are ungrateful. That and, can't eat wood. Don't eat no wood. It's like just chewing bark, it doesn't really work. You become all bark, no bite. Oh dear. That's bad. I'm going to make advantage of my... Ow. I'm going to take advantage of the fact that I can heal really quickly. And just sort of fight her ass. Use my speed. Yes, use my speed. Take down a big ass Spriggan. Can't eat her. Again, she's made of wood. Can't eat that. They have standards. You know, professionals have standards. Be polite. Be efficient. And only eat meat. Not wood. Wood, not food. Yeah, Obsidian's always good with writing. I think the gameplay always a bit questionable, but I think the actual writing is always a strong point. I mean, one thing I'd say about New Vegas is its main quest is pretty damn bad. I don't think the main quest is a pretty hollow vessel just taking you to the side quests. But the side quests are good. You know, the writing in them is so good. They're fun little side quests. Well, the main quest is just builds up to a big anti-climax. It's nothing. The Battle of Hoover Dam is built up throughout the entire game, but the actual execution of it is so lackluster and so bad, and somewhat downright nonsensical. Hello, B-29 bombing it. That is, like, actually a plot fail. It's so bad. A heavy bomber bombing Hoover Dam would cause significant damage. Wait, you're actually... Oh god! She's actually asking me to... I don't... Are you really that stupid? There is a level of stupid in Skyrim. Oh yeah, I'm following Skywind and Oblivion. Skywind, got no fears for. Oblivion, I just hope they haven't got rid of the more one-to-one that they did. Because I do not like Oblivion's redesigns. I think they are actually very poor. I think they're generic and look nothing like Oblivion. I'm not a fan of them. I don't think Oblivion's redesigns are good. I think they're bad. I think they've overdone it. Everything looks like a modern mod, especially with the armor with that horrible, what they refer to as modder sheen to it, where it's all got like this very high reflection, which I've never seen, like, it just does not look good. It looks obviously modded, and it doesn't look good to me. I try and keep a very vanilla look to my Skyrim. I mean, I've got things like, I mean, let's face it, busty dragons, yes. I mean, hot dragons, definitely, but I am yeah, I know, I'll freely admit I am a bit of a scaly, but that is, you know, why am I eating crab? Because all this carapace, little meat, not even another one. But I'm not a fan of Oblivion's look. I think it's gone too far. It looks way too obviously modded, and not in a good way. But they had I don't know if the plans changed, but there was a plan to release 2 versions. One that's the heavy, the reimagined one, and one that was more one-to-one with vanilla, which I think is what they did a lot of the basic testing with, while they were still waiting for the other stuff. So it is a case of, if that's still going to exist, I still don't care. Do a somersault! Oh yeah, and then there's... I've never seen the Lord of the Rings one. That's not one I've heard of. I've heard of Skiggerfall, which, credit to where it's due, to import Daggerfall is impressive. The problem is it doesn't look much better than Daggerfall. It's impressive that it exists, but it's also impressively very much one-to-one with Daggerfall, which unfortunately means that, like, NPCs stand out like a sore thumb because it's in the very basic world of Daggerfall. Okay, we're just going to skirt around farm. We don't want to eat any innocents or kill them even. Just move my draggy butt around. A feral butt. Although, clearly not that feral if a bandit's shaking me down. I did find that quite funny. Oh, I mean, Skywind is going to be an effectively Elder Scrolls 6 for me. Because, let's face it, Elder Scrolls 6 ain't coming out till 2030 at the earliest, and given Starfield, I have little hope for it. I mean, Starfield is optimized like ants, and I'm not even talking about, I'm just talking about in a sort of technical sense, it's optimized like absolute ass. You need a fucking supercomputer to run it because it's badly optimized. You need a solid state drive. No. You shouldn't need that just because you can't optimize. Which is a shame because Bethesda games used to be pretty damn well optimized. You could run Skyrim on a pretty weak machine and have no issues. But forcing a solid state drive is a bad idea. Is that Talscar? Or is Bandit? It's in steel plate, it can't be Talscar, it's fine. If you attack me, I attack you. Hello there. Nom nom nom. Nom. But Skywind is... I have technically played Morrowind. I tried to play original Morrowind, I just could not get along with its systems. It felt like someone tried to put very D&D-esque mechanics with very heavy dice roll into a real-time game, and it just does not work. Like, oh, you've hit someone with an arrow. Okay, we're going to roll a dice to see if it actually connects. No, your archery skill is too low. Fuck you, it misses. Like, even though you've physically had to hit the target to even trigger that dice roll, lockpicking is, as much as I moan Skyrim's very basic and unrealistic lockpicking system, I have a clear padlock and a lockpick set. I am terrible at it. I have managed to open it once, but Oblivion's lockpicking is actually quite realistic. Skyrim's, there's nothing realistic about it. Wiggling it side to side does nothing. And it's something like loads of games, especially at the time, have copied. And I don't think it's a good thing. Oh, and Morrowind is... I have levitate, I have broken the game. Because nothing can shoot back, and I'm just going to float above, raining fire or arrows down on you. Yum yum yum. Ooh, that's a good job, my stomach is bottomless. For most, Werebeast is a Hircine form. Woody Dragonborn. It's the boon of Alduin. Hence why I look like my goddess here. You know, I do have a bit of an Alduin-esque quality to me. She is a blessing of the gods. The true goddess, who I will bring out to feed at some point. Hello, giant. Hello, meal. Tasty. Got the dragon's hunger. Tasty. Right, we must leave this place. Not the way we came in. Yeah, the problem... I technically did play it through More Oblivion. More Oblivion is something that's impressive that it exists, but it is very, very rough. It's not a fun... Oblivion systems aren't great, and a lot of Morrowind did not translate well. It would have benefited from having the protected flag for NPCs, which Oblivion doesn't have. You know what? I'm coming up on a dragon mound. I feel like that's the perfect time to summon a goddess to give her a feast. Feasting on her own kind, because she's just a greedy bitch. But I don't want to be stuck in this form, so I cannot wait when there are creatures nearby. I cannot wait. Why? Why is this? But back to More Oblivion is a very, very rough game. It's technically impressive that it exists, but it is rough. You know, there's a lot of things that are just ported straight one-to-one from Morrowind and look pretty damn terrible, especially anything that's like an NPC outfit. There's a lot of quite poor retextures. Oh god, am I really too heavy to... Right, I need to dump some shite. Wow, I'm really overweight. Right. This is gonna be a very slow journey at this rate. Yeah. I would say Skyrim definitely, its lockpicking works better on a console because there's a vibration function on it, which does make it a lot better. One thing I can say is Oblivion's is a bit awkward. It can have issues. You know what? I know what weighs half a ton, and I probably have loads of. And I'm not talking about fake cars, because thank fuck they don't weigh anything, because you end up with billions of things. But you'll take the dragon bones. Just the bones. Bones. Now I can move again. And actually, you know what? Hero, I need you to do something.
All right, what is it?
Can you pick these? Can you pick this shit up for me, fuck?
Okay, got it.
Take that.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. If you give it that way, I believe companions never run out of carry weight, but if you give it to them directly, they have a limit. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Skyrim system is... Wouldn't you understand... It's... Yeah, there we go. So, the question is, can I get Alduin's fat ass? Yep. Behold the magnificent butt that is Alduin. Look at that ass. I mean, Alduin has... You know, she doesn't shout to eclipse the sun, no. Alduin just sticks her ass in front of her and that blots out the sun. And if she hits this Luster Dragon, it will probably die. Because it's not very strong. I'm gonna snipe these Undragon skeletons from up here. Uh-oh, I feel a dragon landing behind me and I'm not sure which one it is. Oh, it's the Luster Dragon, it's fine, I'm safe.
You think you stand a chance?
I'm too far out of range from... Oh, the Luster Dragon is still going. I missed. Story of my life. Oh dear. Is this crash land? Yeah, it's crash landing. Which I think means Alduin has hit it. I've never played Dragon's Dogma. I know it's like some big ass dragon. Yeah, this poor little dragon is like dead now. Yeah, It's very much... Yeah, this dragon's very much dead now. And it's for the better. It'll only come back anyway. Yes, my lesson has not been learned. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't know if you're going to try and disarm me. You're clearly not trying to disarm me. Good. I don't want to lose my weapon being catapulted off a cliff. I mean... Isn't Dragon's Dogma a bit like a Dark Souls in that it's like the difficulty is just obscenely high unless you can learn the pattern and then dodge, parry, etc. perfectly every single hit? It doesn't... That gameplay style never appealed to me. I'm not a parry fanatic. You know, you know, Skyrim not having a fucking dodge button is a huge boon to me. I hate dodge buttons in games. They, you know, it's just like abusing iframes is something I never liked. Even in old games, I've never liked abuse. Games, you know, it just feels a bit off. You know, this isn't. You know, it works in like retro platformers where you've just got a brief invincibility period, but that's not like an iframe you trigger on command. You have to actually take damage to, you know, trigger it to begin with, and it just stops you being cheap shot, because otherwise, especially with enemies that have touch damage, you do tend to end up kind of dying quite quickly. We are nearing solitudes. Oh yeah, Skyrim is fantastically accessible. I mean, if your vanilla difficulty is pretty low, but unless you're playing on extreme, chances are only a few enemies will even pose a threat once you've leveled up a bit. Like low level, things to avoid: giants, mammoths, and chorus reapers. All start actually quite... I think they all start at like level 15 or 20, so they're actually surprisingly high level. They're also... and they do hit particularly hard for quite a while. What is this? I've actually found it. By pure coinkydink, I've actually found it. This is a fishing spot. You know, one of the Argonians I put into my little expanded Morphall comes out here to fish, and it's the first time I've actually found a little fishing hole. And you mugcrab, you've ruined the fishing hole. But it predated the fishing creation, so it created, well, Creation Club, because creations now means paid mods. So, yeah, technically Creation Club is different. Creation Club is specifically subcontracted micro DLC. It's contracted out, although a large number of the Creation Club is actually Bethesda made. It's all BGS, but it's contracted out micro DLC compared to Creations, which are just straight up paid mods. They're vetted paid mods, but they're still paid mods. And by vetted, I mean that like Bethesda had to approve their existence. It doesn't approve their quality. The amount of patches some of them have seen is pretty clear of that. Oh, you respawned again, have you? Well, I'm going to have to put you down again. See, this is proof that Dragon Soul, taking a soul doesn't get rid of them. Because these Dragonesses are all, they're pre-spawned. They're all spawned in the game. Legendary mode. Yeah, Legendary mode is just like... It would be nice if it didn't just make your damage output pathetic. That's like one of the things I don't like about Skyrim's difficulty, and why I've kind of personally tuned it, just stuck at whatever difficulty I've actually set mine as. Adept. I just left it at Adept, and just set it so that, you know, just tuned every single enemy type, and, you know, just tuned it so that, like, I don't feel like I'm doing no damage, but also, like, enemies actually can hit. I mean, if this dragon had a brain, she'd bite, but Oh, and that explains why our health was just going down. Alduin's decided to just swoop in. I will, mate. Oh, I've been using explosive bolts. Oh dear. Oh well, we can safely go into Solitude now. Yeah. And the thing is, a lot of the like paid mods are not even good. I mean, like, I laugh at them all for one. Oh, I'm sorry, but that is just not good. It's like, that should not be a paid mod. Like, some of the paid mods is like, they clearly expended like money to make them, like the custom voice follower. I mean, it stands out like an absolute sore thumb, but at least it's like, you can tell there's been like some expenditure in it. But then there's ones that are like, just like, here's some load of vanilla assets and a script that you've made yourself. I mean, you know, you don't justify the price points. And I will not support my mods, like Solitude Underarch, which I'm staring at right now. All that's my mod, not this little boat, just that boat, that dock, that little house, those little houses. That's all Solitude Underarch. It's all my own mod. But I wouldn't say patch that to work with paid mods. It's just not how I would work it. Gotta swim against the current up the little steps. I am going to go into the well, she's not on the docks, is she? I'm not seeing a big pink Argonian, so it must be on the dock. Also, we'll go into the bakery, because Skyrim needed the bakery. Oh god, I can't do anything that goes Civil War, because it's such a balky, broken quest.
You have questions?
When I say pink Argonian, I meant pink Argonian.
Drink for the thirsty, food for the hungry.
But she can buy some of my shite. Ancient Old Arrows. Ancient Old Warhammer. Strength Piece Dagger I'll keep. Dwarven Bow. I don't like all of this dwarven shit. Oh, she's out of dosh. Yeah, have something cheaper.
Alright then.
Because she's, you know, you read a little journal, you find that she's some Cyrodiil. So I tried to impart some of that Oblivion-esque charm, which Skyrim unfortunately lacked. Yeah, Skyrim did actually unfortunately lack the Oblivion-esque charm. So the sort of more comedic Oblivion charm I tried to give to some, tried to give to my backstories. I try and give every NPC a backstory. You might not realise it from dialogue. Well, it's Monday, Morndas, so he must be, by definition, working.
The longer we travel the roads of Skyrim, take a look.
He's not just... Because, if you could find him on the weekend and find him not in his shop and nowhere in the Underarch, turns out that he's actually making skooma. Because, again, I've only sent him to do it on the weekends. Behind one of those cupboards is a skooma den. He makes skooma. Makes a bit of skooma on the side. But the idea of that is, Oblivion, there's a whole skooma rings. Like AI, like the AI does. Like, it goes out, it drops it off, it picks it up. But there's no quest associated with it. You would never know it's there unless you followed a certain couple of random NPCs in Shadenhall. But it's there. But we need to go into Solitude itself, and this is completely vanilla, and if you forget that it exists because you only ever use it once during the Dark Brotherhood questline to escape Solitude and then never again. Although that, I seem to recall that went much worse. The guards went full Oblivion and just started attacking everyone. Yeah, they went right frenzied. That was right weird. That was a weird occurrence. So, we've got to find Erikur, wherever Erikur is hiding, which means he's in the Blue Palace, apparently. Let's run through town. Zoom, zoom. Zoom, zoom. Does Erikur like me? Well, he's not in his house, so... I can't afford the Blue Palace. I've not got that much dosh. Behold the amount of dosh needed for the Blue Palace. That is the ultimate goal of Skyrim, is accruing enough dosh to buy the Blue Palace. Real estate. Oh, I'm going to get... I'm gonna guess Europe. Europe. I'm gonna say possibly Portugal, just as a rough guess. Just as a rough guess, I'm pretty terrible with these things.
We're the only people around
Hell.
who aren't complete fools.
Elvin said you had work for me.
I'm not accustomed to dealing with people who are unreliable.
Just get a word.
That's more like nothing raises my eye. Captain Wolf of the Dainty Slode has decided I need you
Yeah.
to show him the error of his ways. By sneaking on board the... You'll need to get your hands on some Belmora Blue from Sabine Niet down by the docks. Once you get your hands on it, I want you to plant it in Captain Wolf's footlocker. Captain Wolf is ashore right now. Now get going. I don't want to see
You're
your
someone
face.
who
Again.
business with the court. I like
I must return to the court.
Boing.
I simply can't make do without me.
There are so few pleasures in
I don't know why he's saying that. I don't think I've ever done anything for him. But now we can go. No. There's Nivama, captain of the big ship in Salted Underarch. I originally set her aggression as too high and she would pick a fight with everything. You look at her funny and she would attack you. It was a bit bad, and the problem is she's quite strong. So she ended up killing a lot. It wasn't pretty, it was a bit of a massacre. You know, it turned into a massacre, so I tuned her down. I mean, Skyrim and Morrowind are actually, like, neighbours. Like, if you go east from Skyrim, you come across Morrowind. But Morrowind takes place on just Vardenfell, which is a small part of Morrowind. That's not confusing at all. And you go to Solstheim in both. Hello, Gormai.
I don't deal in land or property. Now, if you're looking for goods, you've come to the right person.
Oh, good Adelaide.
Did you say Golden Glow? I'm sorry to say I know very little about that bee farm, was it?
Yeah.
Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I can't be expected to remember every... Well, now that...
Yeah, have some dosh.
There is something I've been I have a buyer looking for a case of Firebrand wine. Bring it to me, and we'll talk about Golden Glow Estate.
What, you making me do actual thieving? What is this nonsense? I mean, I've seen much worse English from people who are native speakers. Like, I have seen some truly astonishingly bad English in my time. From native speakers. If we count Americans as native speakers, that is. I mean, they don't exactly speak English, they speak Americanese, which is a bastardized form of English that, because they couldn't spell things correctly, they just changed the name. You know, so instead of having aluminium, they call it aluminum. Which isn't even a word. Like, you couldn't even, just because you can't spell it right. Like, you can't spell colour, so they... Wait, it's not even steel because it's got value of 0. Gormai, I thought you wanted me to do some thieving, not just collecting something that I actually technically can take. Yeah, Morrowind is house-based. Morrowind's got 3... There's the 3 houses, there's... what are they? Redrun, there's Hlaalu, and then there's... And my brain has actually... Telvanni, that's it. Redrun, Hlaalu, and Telvanni. Hlaalu are a bit corrupt and known to work with the Empire. Redrun are generally quite morally upstanding. And Telvanni are just dicks. They're selfish dicks who are just like mages that have gone mad with power. The Telvanni way to power is to kill the one above you. That's the Telvanni way. They're nuts.
Can't have the buyer getting in. Here, take this. I certainly can't use it, but I suppose not at all.
Yeah, just bribing me, yeah.
As far as Golden Glow, I was approached by a woman.
Oh, some soul gems. What kind of payment is that?
She flashed a
Well, on Skyrim everything's a Jarl, so each hold is led by a Jarl, and then they elect a High King or High Queen by form of what they call the Moot. Not quite sure why they call it the Moot, but it's called the Moot apparently.
I tend not to ask too. However, I did notice in this business we rarely deal in names. Look, now,
Now, off you waddle.
I'll be on my way.
Well, and while you waddle, I'm not following you. I'm leaving the pub. Right, I'm going to shadow Gulamai. I'm just happen to be leaving town at the same time. I mean, the High King of Queen of Skyrim does nothing, as far as I can tell. I think it liaises with the Empire, and that's about it. Otherwise, the Jarls do their own thing. The political system of Skyrim is basically Jarl, and it sort of stops there. Unless you want to connect to the Empire, in which case it doesn't. But first order of business is the Red Wave, which is the exact same model as the Dainty Slode. Which, given that the figurehead on the front is supposed to be a slim Slode, you know, it vaguely resembles Nagasta. I think it was Nagasta in Redguard who was a Slode. But, you know, it resembles a Slode, therefore it was made as the model of the Dainty Slode, but for some reason it gets used as the Red Wave. I feel like it shouldn't be the same model, but it is. But if we talk to her on the deck.
You reek. A little friendly advice. Take a bath and get some new clothes.
Sorry, I'm a shark. I stink naturally. Stink of fish.
And the only it's damn near impossible to find anymore.
Sure, I'll take it.
Good. The Valnor Blue is locked in a chest under the docks near the Red Wave. Would you like getting wet?
You can make gills. You think I don't mind a bit of swimmings? I mean, I could have stolen it, but Elmora Blue, which who would hear we like it clean? Me heart and grey. Was that a potoin or a potion? Potoin. Aha. You're wondering where the potoins come from? They're a gag item based on They were something that once appeared in a Final Fantasy, and instead of healing you, they hurt you, or they only healed you by one. That was depending on the version that they came from. But it became a little gag I put in with my Solitude Stewards mod, which I never really updated it. I'm not really proud of it. I don't know why I kept it really. I guess I kept it mostly for Potoins. But I put them around, I scattered them around Skyrim in places that are usually a bit illicit, just as a gag. They're worth more than regular potions, but they hurt you when you drink them. Say, High King of Skyrim, I don't think legitimately does much. I think he liaises with the Empire, and that's about it. When it was Torrig, because Torrig they don't seem to command much authority. Again, don't need to actually sneak here because it's not a crime to kill anyone, and it's not trespassing. As we approach the Dainty Slode. Oh, I think it hasn't respawned since the last time I went on a murder spree in here. Oh, I mean, poor Martin. He was made a great emperor. Of course he had. Had to sacrifice himself to kill Mehrunes Dagon, send Mehrunes Dagon back. Even if you had previously killed Mehrunes Dagon, because yeah, Mehrunes Dagon actually isn't essential. He can die. He doesn't have a death animation. He sort of just he just sort of melts. He doesn't ragdoll. He just sort of melts. It's a really weird effect. I just need to stick in the captain's chest. Like a will. Don't worry. The only thing you'll find in here is some suspicious Balmora Blue. Which I think actually is a Potoin. Or is it? No, it's a food, isn't it? Balmora Blue. There we go. There we go. The question is, can you take it back? Not even steal in here, it's take. You know what?
Hey, watch it.
On our way back, we'll pop into the wayward worm, and you'll feel it slightly familiar because I couldn't be bothered to make the interior, so I just kind of reskinned this one. Yeah, he was only a temporary emperor, but he was still a good emperor. I mean, the Emperor Titus Mead II, I think it is in Skyrim. I mean, he knows his death is coming and just accepts it. You know, he just lets it go. He doesn't seem to care. I've had a vision of, you know, I'm just going to let myself die because, you know, I've sent a decoy out to die to the Potage de la Magnifique, which you don't, because Dark Brotherhood Quest in Skyrim actually gives you choices, you don't actually have to put Jaren root in it. So he'll just eat it and like it, this decoy, but then you have to kill him manually. It's a bit of an oddity that you would never really knew existed unless you did it. Like, you just choose not to put the Jaren root in. It doesn't fail the quest, you just have to do it the traditional way, which is, you know, sharp influence to the, or blunt influence to the face. But the Wayward Worm. Again, I tried to be different with the Argonians.
Yes.
They're all sailors. Oh, yeah, I think Talos was Emperor, but I don't think he was Emperor very long. I think, you know, he became Talos. I think it was Tiber Septim who became Talos, but after doing something. But as you can see, it's a little familiar. I did mess around with the furniture a bit. Like, there's a disgusting amount of mead there. And it doesn't leak, unlike the Dainty Slode, but you can see it's very similar. I did mess with, because the floors in these boats aren't level, they're actually really quite awkward to work with. They're not fun tiles, they're not one that's fun to work on. Because you have to mess around with angles all the time, and creation gets a bit different. I mean, Skyrim's Dark Brotherhood is always one of the most effort put into it, but it just can't hold a candle to Oblivion's. Part of that, I think, is legitimately Oblivion's is just too damn good. As you can see, it's sort of a bit different. Into the captain's cabin. And of course, she's an Argonian, so she drinks Argonian blood wine. Because, you know, put a DLC stuff somewhere. But we'll see what these letters say, because I don't think we've actually read here. Ew, human. Letter from Harold. Captain Lee Navas, please be rational and don't skin me helmsman. She's a good helmsman at sea, just a bit clumsy in port. I've taken over for docking up for the incident the other day, so if you want to threaten someone, threaten me. I know you, Sarah Dilla, can have a tendency to exaggerate a lot when angry. I've seen this when a guard called me a filthy Nord for accidentally taking a tankard outside a pub. He went back to being completely civil and polite after I paid the fine, so I'm willing to let it slide. Again, I don't know why I gave Harold a traditionally pirate accent, but because he's not a pirate, he's just a little tiny cargo ship captain, but yeah. But, like, again, the Oblivion cat, I guess, like, because everyone in Oblivion starts shouting off, like, these incredibly aggressive combat lines for the slightest thing, and then goes back to being, like, the most civil thing ever afterwards. And let's truly. This is G-Lab. I have to make sure I get the voice right. Thanks for telling your crew to stop making passes at me. If I had heard any of them say anything from that foul book about the slutty mate eating me ever again, they would have had no tails left. I'm also wondering if you're heading for Cyrodiil anytime soon, as I'd like to go back and see my family again. I don't exactly like the idea of crossing the land border with these stormcloaks around. And Harold's ship isn't exactly the way I would want to travel anywhere. But, you know, open air, not nice. I mean, the thing with Oblivion is, I would say it's better, its quests are better. It's got gameplay not. It's like some of its gameplay's better, quite a lot of it's worse. I think like the actual melee combat is much worse in Oblivion. It's very floaty and very nothing. I think is the best way to describe it. But the quests are definitely better. The writing's better. The cities are leagues better. Skyrim cities are depressingly boring. But, like, they're just so lifeless. But Oblivion cities are great, but the wilderness is atrocious. It's just empty, pointy hills everywhere. And the caves, if a quest is involved in them, they're alright, but if they're not, they're terrible, and Skyrim's caves are really good. Now Lee Latmus's journal, I must read this out. The Solitude Fishery is a joke. A few little rowing boats is all they have. and they're barely breaking even. And that's the only legitimate business around here, thanks to the bloody East Empire Company occupying the main docks and demanding extortion money from anyone who doesn't sell a soul. What's the dock? Wow, that's a run-on sentence. So, if there's any money to be made here, it's got to be from the almost abandoned cheap docks and that fishery. And there, I have a plan. Took some wrangling, but I managed to locate the owner of that pathetic fishery. Buy him out. He refused to sell until Curry just happened to drop off a ransom. No, from some bandits who had recently captured his wife, and suddenly he was more than willing to sell just to pay a ransom. He even packaged his hideous little kid off to the orphanage in Riften because he couldn't afford to feed it anymore. Hint that hideous little kid is less sturdy and likeable. The resident bum I put in. And again, I went with the oblivion in logic of bums is by having them have a stupid nickname, like the unlikable, the feeble, the sickly, something like that. You know, carrying on. So now I had a fishery. First order of business was fire all the workers who wouldn't meet my demands, which turned out to be almost all of them. Although I did reassign one of the Argonians, Jakifa, to my crew. His hulking frame would come in handy as a porter, and while he was terrible at catching fish, he wanted to work. If he caused any trouble, I'm sure Shiva will put him in his place. Finding a capable and willing workforce proved impossible, so I decided to use a backup plan which cost me a fortune. It's starting to really pay off. The boat had made enchanted a barrel to duplicate any intact fish dumped in. Not really sure how she did this, but you throw one fish in and a black soul gem in, and out comes a barrel load of clones that can then be shoved into a normal barrel. So you get at least 10 barrels of fish from every soul gem. Of course, the work wasn't cheap, and black soul gems aren't exactly the easiest thing to come by, although the mage who did the work set me up with a seller. Funniest thing happened. The old owner of the fishery came back the other day to ask for him and his whale of a wife, so they could afford to eat and have a place to sleep. Had him live in the fishery to watch the barrels and keep the skeevers out. At least I can find a better use for it, at least. With a barrel in there rather than stinking out a ship. Something to think about. Oh, hello, Mike. Yeah, Oblivion Ryan is definitely more memorable. I mean, yeah, it is comical. I mean, there's a, I think it's Anvil. One of the shops has just got a sign where there's deliberately a letter missing, and it's just badly put on. It's like, yeah, sorry about the sign. So moving along back to the reading. With the fish rolling in, my ship started to stink of fish guts. I needed the use for the fish rebuilding itself other than just a storage warehouse. So I promoted the old owner and his plump wife to a job on my ship and employed some local Colin to gut and preserve the fish. He lives in a fishery itself, saves paying for accommodation for the idiot. If he wants to quit, well, he can fill one of my soul gems in my belly like the last people living in that building. Again, there's a I mean, yeah, you have to... Yeah, you technically have different names in Oblivion, because you can be the champion of Cyrodiil for doing the main quest, but you're also like the hero of the arena as well. Yeah, so you can technically have two. Prophets are good and have been in for a few years. Nobody questions or minds a few dead bandits or pirates, and both the guards and East Empire Company and none of what I don't think were a perfectly legitimate fishing business. Surgeons, I say, grew anxiously let one of the locals sell the fish he catches from the East Empire. In Solitude itself. Although if he ever needs fish, I'm willing to sell him some to him. Although I have quite a few East Empire Company spies stowed away, probably seeing how we're getting so much fish. Unless I'm Hilda soldier him well, maybe only not so. Right, runt he was. Probably why he was selected, small enough to hide. The keeper has informed me Colin is going mad and thinks he thinks the barrels are watching him. Not really sure why he cares about him so much, but then again, I guess people like to look after the local madman, so we're not going to do anything about it. As long as the lunatic still does his job. I'm really sure if the keeper is pointing it to me out of weakness or because I made him my first officer. Yeah, I mean, she's up to something shifty, I mean. Just, yeah. She's shifty, and of course, Soul Trap and some black soul gems neatly on a ship. Oh. And a book about soul gems, because why not? You know, I try and give them appropriate literature. You know, try and fit the characters by giving them appropriate literature. Why is Kira got stuck? Moving on. So, Morrowind's writing is great, it's just a lot. It can be very dry, you know, with Morrowind. I mean, a good example is, like, the books in Oblivion tend to be quite fun. The city guides are comic gold in Oblivion. I love the Oblivion City guides because there's some pious snob going around who basically judges an entire city based on its piety, and it's just such a pious snob. And it's funny. Well, the Morrowind ones are legitimately informative, but they are one of the driest reads I've ever seen. You know, they remind me of a certain knockoff Weetabix I once had. Ugh, God, that thing. If you don't know, I don't know if Weetabix is something that translates to other countries. I think they are a bit of a British thing. Possibly Australia, and they made it to Australia as well, but basically it's like a wheat-based cereal that's sort of like in a little brick, effectively. But the knockoff one I had, well, normally I pour a glass of milk on it, and it it comes gets nice and soggy. This knockoff one, 2 glasses of milk later, and it was still dry as a bone. So where the fuck that milk went, I don't know. It was kind of horrible. I'm just going to break a billion lockpicks right now, it's fine. Someone's got in the East Empire Company warehouse. Oh no! There's a big pile of lockpicks, by the way. I'm just going to gently sweep them off into the sea. Because lockpicks don't... That's another thing with lockpicking. Lockpicks don't break. Oh, are you going to move that fucking slowly? Oh, if he's going to move that slowly, I'm just going to waddle around. Such an unusual... I know he can see me and doesn't care. Oh, look at him, he doesn't even care. Push that. 8. Ding. Come back here, you bastard. Stop running. Stop running! Stop running, you bastard. He doesn't even know where he's going. Again, it's not a crime, they're actually perma-hostile. Because this is the problem with the Thieves Guild, is like... This should have been a stealthy section, but it's just another bloody fight, because you don't need to actually fight to sneak. Oh, look at all this magnificent iron armour. It's so much weighty crap. Hello, Ducky. Hello, Glormai. I'll just walk past you. I say he doesn't even care. It's like shadow him. Also, troll fat. And only troll fat. I'll just steal this Ace Empire Company shipping map. And this random goat. That boat's been split in half. Not good. Wouldn't want to roll into combat with that thing. Oh look, an East Empire shipping map. Dosh. Happy dagger. Hurry up. Do it when I clean out my bowels and... Ooh, pheasant breast. Ooh. Iron gold crown. Bursting coins? Meanwhile, we have to wait for an hour for Gormai to waddle into his position, so... Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you. I mean, it just gets a bit redundant after a while. It's just, like, Oblivion is like, you get the skeleton key, and then you just mash auto attempt until it works. It does wonders. Skyrim really needed an auto attempt button. It would have made it less of a chore. There we go. We'll shimmy our way on to get this troll fat, because we need it to an optimal cap at some point in time, I'm sure. The only likes troll fat, and only troll fat. Unless it's Skyrim, in which case you also need a Daedra heart to stop you doing the quest immediately. Oh, yeah, Dragon Age Veilguard. I mean, to be fair, I lost interest with Dragon Age after 2. I own Inquisition. I own like it and all its DLC, but you know I got it cheap. But it's just one of those things. It's like I've never felt the urge to play it. I just kind of. I mean, Mass Effect's a similar thing. For Mass Effect, I have to be in the mood to play it because I know it's a commitment because you kind of have. I always feel like I have to play every single one of the trilogy. And Dragon Age was always the same, but I never really... Oh no, I'm not supposed to be in here. I'll just hide in the corner, it's fine. Get moving, Gullumai. Get your butt moving! Take your leg, put it in front of the other leg, and keep moving. Oh no, a business ledger. If I had to come into here to steal reasons. Bunch of numbers. There's nothing to change in the ledger. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Skeleton Key in Oblivion makes lockpicking redundant because it cannot break. And it is level locked to an appropriately high level. It's actually a quite easy quest, but it's level locked high, and it's one you can't... I don't think it's a quest you can cheese early either, like, I don't know, Clavicus Vial and Umbra. You can get Umbra pretty much at the beginning of the game if you... Especially if you're an Argonian and you can just... You lure Umbra into the gas chamber room and just... She will slowly die and you won't because you're an Argonian, so you just run around naked in circles because that gives you the fastest run speed. You just run around in circles and she'll slowly die to the poison gas, while you being an Argonian are completely immune to poison and you can just cheese her. You can also cheese her with other weapons, but there is a case where I thought it is easiest to cheese an Argonian because Argonian is game breaking in Oblivion. Oh no, Brian, what a grotto! I mean, yeah, Dragon Age 2, it was clearly rushed. I don't know how many times I had to see the Wounded Coast, but it was about 500 too many. Because pretty much every side quest took place on the Wounded Coast, because it was only like one of 4 or 5 side quest maps available. What was that? Don't be talking about drinking on duty, boys. If you're going to be doing... Don't be drinking on duty. I don't care about my steel bolt. I have enough of them to last a lifetime. Why is there always a bandit going for a swim? Damn you bandit hiding around a corner. I'll just waddle straight into you and you'll blow up on your eyeball. Like, I look at Gullumai waddle so slow. Yeah, I mean, Dragon Age 1 is, or Origins, if you will. That is a pretty rough game to get running on modern hardware. Hell, I didn't like the hardware it came out on. I remember playing it on PS3, and I have never seen a PS3 disc get as hot as Dragon Age Origins did. Like, the disc physically got hot. It probably shortened the life of my PS3 thinking about it. I mean, that PS3 is dead now. It's one of the original fat ones. Well, not the original, it wasn't backwards compatible, but it was the original fat body one. Which, yeah, the sensors died in it. Bit of a shame, really, because it took all my saves with it. But, you know, it is what it is. Those things were ropey old consoles, but Origins never ran well on PC either. It has like I think it has like a bad memory leak issue. The UI doesn't scale properly to modern resolutions or any or even HD resolutions, I think. I know it has issues, it's just not a decent port. Fallout 4 is fine. 76 is just... It's the lack of ability to mod it just highlights a lot of problems with it to me. I could never enjoy 76, so I'm not going to be unfair on it and actually play it. Because, let's face it, Bethesda's default balancing is atrocious. And it's got like an MMO level grindy nature to it, which I don't like. Right in the dick. killed him so hard it went straight through his phallus and straight through his legs. But it just shock of losing his dick killed him.
Now there's no need to do anything rash.
Mercer doesn't have to know.
Isn't it? I see you wish to be reasonable. The name of the person you want is
Why do you... Yeah, Fallout 4's gameplay is much more refined than oh god, New Vegas and Fallout 3 are stiff and clunky. They're not nice. But one thing that I could say about Oblivion is at least it was smooth, it was fluid, but New Vegas in particular is stiff as hell. It's horrible. Fallout 4 is nice and fluid, it just... the balance is atrocious, and there is very little outside of the main quest. If you want to have a look at Fallout 4, I've done a stream series where, you know,
She just muttered, "Here, take." Mercer never told you about her.
Again, very similar character as well. Also a Shulk. But there's I also did an older one with a human character if you want to see a Brotherhood run, but it is still mostly just this. You know, I did do a stream series of Fallout 4, so it was just one of those. Oh no, where's the handle for this door? Do I have to just wiggle these levers? Yeah, just wiggle the levers, it's fine. Yeah, I feel like New Vegas really ran nicer on consoles, but I wouldn't recommend the PS3 because, oh god, those disc load times are horrible. You know, if a game wasn't, a Sony exclusive and basically told to disguise the fact that the disc read times were so atrocious, say Ratchet and Clank, for example, would it would sort of preload where it thought you were going to go next to speed up the atrociously slow load times. But, yeah. The PS3 load times were not a pleasant experience, but New Vegas, I think also, if you're going to play the DLC, especially Old World Blues, do it at a low level, or you will need mods just to make it so that you can actually kill shit, because the health scaling is about broken steel levels of bad. New Vegas, I felt like I needed to mod it. It's Oblivion, I can happily play it on console unmodded, because while its balancing is bad, mods don't really help it too much. You just don't let yourself out, just don't over level. Just forcibly don't over level, and you'll be fine. And you can because of the weird way you level in Oblivion. Oh god, yeah, New Vegas is elephant on stilts level stability. It's bad. I find if you fast travel, that tends to up the odds of it crashing. I would usually get about half an hour to an hour before it crashed, so I was tended to do a bit better. But I was running EM boost as well. I think I was also running the 4 gig patch as well. I was running a few patches to try and make it more stable, but it still just wasn't stable. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. Limiting Fallout 76's mods pretty much killed it from the off chance. Because, let's face it, Skyrim is only, a thing, 13 years on, because it's so heavily moddable, and you can make it however the hell you want it to be. That's one of the beauties of Skyrim, why Skyrim stayed relevant. It's why, Morrowind has still got a loyal player base, and Oblivion's still got a somewhat loyal player base, and Fallout 3 and New Vegas is still going, although technically Fallout 3, a lot of them moved to New Vegas, because Tale of Two Wastelands actually played Fallout 3 through New Vegas, which is a slightly better experience. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like Obsidian just can't budget time. They underestimate how long it'll take them to do things, and then focus on the wrong things. New Vegas has way too many different weapon types and ammo types. But then there's whole areas around New Vegas itself which are clearly just unfinished with nothing going on. Oh wow, Muffle, you're so helpful, Erica. Yes, and I'm sure just saying that blindly in the open court is a good idea as well, but you know, how corrupt is Erica? Well, he does it in open chat in the court. It's not like speak to me at home. Oh, hello, ash zombie. Well, that's a heavy ash zombie. I want an ash zombie attack to see if my buffs to them actually have made them do something. I think is the best way to describe it. Oh god, they are useless. But we must return to the rift. We must return to the rift den. Or shall we say, return to the rift den? Oh. Doink. Gravity is my bitch. Hey, it could be worse. Vanilla Oblivion, you can jump into Shadenhall. I don't even think you need to buff your acrobatics over 100. There is a point in the wall that is low enough that you can jump straight into Shadenhall over a wall. And you can do the same, you can jump out of Broomer as well, which is a surreal experience. If you ever wanted to do that, that is a surreal experience. Because you kind of go into like a half-loaded version of the world map where you're running on a lot. Like, you're running sort of on the map, but not on... But all you can see is the long-distance graphics, or LOD. But you still discover locations it's really that you like haven't gone to, so it's really surreal an experience. I wouldn't recommend doing it. Beyond just curiosity, I would recommend reloading afterwards, but it is an oddity you can do. I mean, jumping into Shadenhall, you just get to see just how hideously low-res the cities are outside of the city. Oh. What the fuck is Alduin doing not despawned? Yeah, your fat butt is decided to come... Right, let's just... Right, I have twin summons now, so I need to get a different summon out. I am going to go... Yeah. Now we'll get rid of Alduin. And yes, I had to mod it to correct the colours on the Dark Seducers, because for some reason they were a plum colour, rather than the sort of purple tone, purpley blue tones that they were in Oblivion, and it bugged the hell out of me.
Take this and hold on to it. I'll be back for it later.
No time to talk. Snitch or double cross me and I'll kill you. I mean it.
You're just talking to the person with 2 Daedra and a giant Argonian next to him. Alright, we'll just wait for it. I'm pretty sure, like, they've given it away for free several times before, so I'm pretty sure I've got a copy of it. I've got Fallout 1 and 2, so... I think they gave it away free at one point, but you know what? Let's just... Yeah. Just dismiss that.
Did you see someone run past just now?
Yeah. I'm presuming this boat belongs to you.
To get this. Never mind. I'm going to track down that thief. Murder him.
Yep. Oh, the thief didn't even go far by the looks of it. Oh god, he just... Now the question is, how many times can he actually hit? Ooh, Elven Bolt. Ace. Where did it go? Oh, it bounced out of his corpse. I'll take the bolt. Now, do I need to return to the... No, wait, first... Now, the question is Brynjolf in Riften itself? No. So I'll go back down to Delvin. Oh, epic. No. Oh, Bend will. No, it won't work on Alduin because I specifically made her immune to it. Yeah, I specifically... I'm pretty sure Durnavir is also immune to it just because summon reasons. Now Alduin's built... I built my Alduin off Durnavir summon because it made more sense than the awkward Odovine one. Oh, yes, you can buy my shit. No, I'm not interested in your potions. I'm interested in your ingredients. Because then you can buy my shite. Like this beautiful, beautiful Elven Bow to Blaze, Elven Dagger. Why do I have so many? Ugh, full of arrows. I cannot pronounce that one to save my life. I necked that. Yeah, good luck pronouncing that one. Ooh, fork damage version. I have some glass bow, daggers, maces, swords, you name it. And now you're outdoors. Useless. Hello, Fletcher.
I've got all sorts of...
Hello, Cindus. You've got all sorts of weapons, have you? Well, you're going to have a few more. This. Don't ask where the accents come from. I don't know. I've been doing bomb and stolen too much to come out of that sort of ridiculous accent. Oh no! Yeah, out of that arrows. We must talk to Delvin. Moving on. Better equipment is just higher level typically. You probably won't ever see anything better than Ebony though.
Welcome to the cozy little family. I'm one of the lookouts.
Need some gold.
I finished it.
I may have some work. Well. If you happen across any other unusual trinkets like this...
Weird, it's the East Empire Trading Company at this point, not just the East Empire Company.
This should compensate you for your find. Erica, best of all, we're still growing. You're a net. We got a long way to go. If break-ins are more...
Got any numbers, Jobs?
Got a personal request from Brynjolf on this numbers. Good. Here's your receipt.
What city is it? Markov, good.
Steal anything? And with no strings attached. Not bad. Here, I handled the burglar. If you don't like that kind of work, talk to Delvin.
So I want some burglar.
I've been trying to get this item for a while. Look, I don't like...
Oh, I said a menu.
Come back when you decide to get serious.
23. You might find some ebony ingots, but I don't think you'll be finding any actual ebony equipment at 23. I think it's about 35. I think roughly that ebony starts coming around.
Got a tip on a desirable item. Good. Here's what you need to do.
Which one do I actually need? I've got Bullies Riften, right?
Time is money.
So, what can I do for you today?
So Riften boat, yeah. So that's good. So I got Riften. I've got Markov. I think that's most of the big cities. I've done Solitude. I've done Whiterun. It's just Windhelm I need to get them. Oops, Sapphire's there.
Look, if I was a... Look. Why do you care anyway? Look, you want to know about... I'll tell you about... Didn't have a...
Yeah, who really had a horrible life. We get it. Don't need to continue. No, not Carlisle. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like level 35-ish that Ebony starts appearing. You might find Ebony ingots. Ingots tend to appear earlier. I mean, if you ever need a Daedra heart, there's one in the companions that you can just pick up, move it to another room, and then pick it up properly.
Carlia and I were like partners. I know her techniques, her skills. If only we knew where she was. There's only one place. We have to go out there before she... Yes, here's your payment for solitude. Prepare yourself and meet me at the ruins as soon as you can.
Oh no.
Let her slip through our fingers.
As soon as I can, right. I'm gonna go fuck around for a bit then. I can't believe I'm stealing from Bully. Oh, Daedric armor I'm pretty sure is like 42 or something. It appears really late. Daedric armor you're rarely ever gonna find in merchants either. It's very rare to find Daedric equipment. The best bet I think for Daedric equipment is the Shrine of Mabron's Dagon. I think is the best place for Daedric equipment. And even though I don't think the armor ever shows up, it's very hard to come by Daedric equipment. Oh, why is Loud and Clear not cleared up? Oh, it's Follow Brynjolf. It's just, for some reason, hasn't cleared. I might have to... right. Help. I can't remember the main quest called. Well, we'll see. It's a cloud. Right. No, it doesn't. TGO01 or something. Taking care of business, right. TGO2 is Loud and Clear. There, yeah. So, show quest stage. TG02. Again, knowing the internal... Right, what actually ends that quest? TG02, 200. There we go. For some reason, I don't know what I didn't clear. Is it because I fucked up something up? I don't know. But we're going to break into Boolie's house now. Steal something. Don't worry, the girl can't see me. I say Daedric equipment is pretty much you have to craft it. The thing is, weapon-wise, Dragonbone is better. But, I mean, if you want to look good, though, you can have Daedric. I mean, Daedric looks great, but... So, there is Daedric stuff. There's also a Daedric sword that's guaranteed to spawn during the Saints and Seducers quest. When something the Saints and Seducers quest spawns, it's just a guaranteed sword of every type, and there is a Daedric sword there, so if you ever need a Daedric sword, it's there. It's kind of game-breaking because you can get it at level 1, but... It's still no Umbra. Umbra's special. So, we need to go to, Mar down on the car. So I'm just going to teleportate over there, using the cart, of course. This time I actually mean to go to Markarth, because that way if I give a quest for Markarth, I can actually do it. And I think that sends me Falkreath way.
Need a ride? Where do you want to go?
I want to go to Markarth, please.
Climb and back and we'll be off.
Never
met one of them cats?
We go to... Oh, the Skull of Corruption. Yes,
whole country's full of them.
Oh, we're ready here. Which one is it? Vermina, that's it, Vermina. The Skull of Corruption, that's the one. Vermina, yeah, you can get that early, and it's actually, I think, pretty decent stat, actually. You know, in terms of stat aids, it's actually a pretty good one. It does tend to run out of gas very quickly, though, so you need a lot of soul gems. I can't remember which skill it technically uses, because staves always take their skill. They drain based on your skill in their relevant skill, but I can't remember which one the Skull of Corruption counts as. But okay, just meander and vibrate against against the sign. It's fine.
The Silverblood Inn has plenty of strong drink and clean rooms.
Yes.
Good to see you. At least you know how to treat someone properly.
Don't worry, I'll just forge your numbers move. There we go. Numbers jobs are so joke level. They're so easy. I mean, to be honest, unless you're going for the achievement to get all Daedric artifacts, there really is no reason to take some of the optional ones because they are just bad. Like, Erendur, to be honest, it's better to not take the Skull of Corruption because, it's kind of an evil artifact. It's a nightmare stick, basically. It's not a nice one. And it's not like a new hand touches the beacon when you're forced to take it. I want to go to Windhelm. But
until next time,
we are going to waddle to Windhelm. But that is also... We're going to get partway there. Ooh, eggy.
Now cast.
Egg. I'll have more eggs. Eggs are good. They're good stuff. Catch that monarch butterfly. Some berries that don't exist yet. Oh god, the Ring of Nibiru, yeah, it's so bad. The buff isn't even good. Like, I get, like, the intent was to make it bad, to make it so you don't want it, but yeah, I got it the first time, because being a Vorophile, of course I would, but it was so shite. Ooh, Shigi, so buy my ship, please. I will buy your moon sugar, and all your weird ingredients from the outer world, like the Shivering Isles. Like Skegel things, where the hell are you getting them from? Like, seriously, where are you getting this beautiful foreign goods? This gold ring, take this Stormcloak crap. And if anyone wonders where the heavy Stormcloak stuff comes from, it's a reskinned Ancient Order set that I put in myself. I have textures as well. I kind of copied the textures over and just meshed the texture sheets to create Stormcloak heavy armor because it bugged me that they had like shit armor and only shit armor. It also just tells them apart from the gate, like the regular guards of it as well. I was going to say gate guards, but they're just guards. Stormcloak helmet. Oh, my Thieves Guild crap. Oh, someone copied. Yeah. Oh, what was it? Dagger. The main reason is that Aegon Dagger is ridiculously strong. Because it can just insta-kill anything. It's kind of stupid. And it's also, I believe, the only one that doesn't actually have a charge either. It doesn't run out of charge, so it's even more broken. I can't remember what it's called for the life of me. It completely glazed. Well, what's iron shite? Longbow. Oh, so good, isn't it? A longbow. Wow, I have a lot of Reaping Spears. I don't know where I keep picking these things up from. Well, because he's rich. I mean, I know he's rich, but I didn't expect him to be this rich. There we go. We've got all my crap. Yeah. Yeah, maybe that's it. Is a ridiculously good weapon.
I'm on a pilgrimage to the shrine.
Oh god, Falder, your sense of direction is legendary. I mean, for once he is heading in the right direction, but normally he's heading away from the Shrine of Azura. His sense of direction is absolutely legendary. Although I know what is the absolute worst Daedric artifact? And it's got to be one that you can keep permanently, and it's only counting Skyrims. I would argue that, yeah, the Ring of Mirror does tend to crop up because it is pretty damn bad. Azura's Star is good. Not as essential as it was in Oblivion, where you pretty much need an enchanted weapon, but still good. Probably is the Ring in the Mirror, although the Mask of Clavicus Vial is pretty damn bad in Skyrim because Speechcraft is pretty damn useless. Diddly Deadly Nightshade. Yeah. Yeah, my weight limit. I've set it to about 10,000 because I find that carrying much more than that makes it unstable. Like, New Vegas in particular had a huge stability problem. So my carry weight limit, I think, was about 5,000 in New Vegas. I tend to tailor it to the game to make it, sort of work. Because you don't want to go too high because then it craps out. I think Fallout 4 I've set to 15,000 because you're just carrying so much more generic junk. But a lot of your weight is just the same items stacking rather than like different items, which causes the issue. One thing that I found in New Vegas, though, if you want to avoid a lot of crashes, under no circumstances pick up caravan cards. Caravan cards, for some reason, make the game ridiculously unstable in merchant vendors. I don't know what, but for some reason they make things so unstable. To the point where I really pick. Oh yeah, the Savior's Hide isn't great. It was good in Oblivion. It was like the best light armor in Oblivion, and light armor in Oblivion was just leagues better than heavy armor. Heavy armor was crap in Oblivion, especially since it was very easy to reach the armor cap in Oblivion. Hell, you could do it with just shield enchantments and wear whatever the hell you wanted if you wanted to. Oh no, it's a Zog. This is a dead Zog now. I'll take that Zog meat. I had to add that myself because for some reason most creatures couldn't be bothered to add Zog meat. It's just a reskinned horse/human meat. Or raw beef even, because it's the same mesh for all three. So, the weight, I find the weight limit just oppressively low in Skyrim, especially given that I'm very much pack Bernician. I will pack everything. I can't stop myself. I've always been in a digital hoarder. always hoard the shit. I also have this pathological hatred of actually having to spend the money and not just barter my way. In Fallout 4, I refuse to let my money actually go into the negatives. I almost always make sure that I will get more than I spend when doing a trade. Oh, hello, goblins. Oh, you've stun-locked me, you bastard, have you? Right. You deserve to die for that. But yeah, the carry weight. Oh yeah, in Skyrim, yeah, the Black Star is kind of better. In Oblivion, you could usually, because of the way enemies work, getting Grand Souls of the non-black variety were, you know, from creatures, it was really easy because at high levels, that's all you would find pretty much, as long as you didn't waste it on like a wolf or worse, a mud crab. You were probably fine. But Skyrim, yeah, getting Grand Souls is a bit of a pain in the arse. Because the only Grand Souls you can... I think only Giants are Grand Souls. I don't think Mammoths are. Don't know quite why Giants are the non-black Souls, because I thought... Because Giants are clearly, like, intelligent. But again, if Fulmer can degrade to having non-black Souls, then anyone can. At least Skyrim gives you the choice, but the thing is, you are always... In terms of, like, mechanical reward, you are always better off going with the Black Star than you are Azura's Star, because it can take White Souls as well as... Oh, I said it! I was trying to avoid saying it. It was a bit of an internal game, see how long I could go without saying it, but... Yeah. But, yeah, you can take both in the Black Star, which you can't in the standard Azura's Star, so it is better. Of course, you're just as likely to waste it on a bloody useless, shitty mud crab, but... Yeah, good old mud crabs, but you know the rule with mud crab. But, oh god, Azura's Star was a trick in Oblivion, because it was the dangerous artifact you could get at level 2. You know, it was the earliest one you could notionally obtain, Umbra trading for the Massive Cloud, because Varl notwithstanding. Getting Umbra early was kind of... seemed a bit unintentional, and was a bit of a challenge. It was the one they encouraged you to use for the main quest to get rid of. Well, the one that you get off the main quest was, weirdly enough, the Ebony Blade. Why the Ebony Blade? Simple. The Ebony Blade was just straight up worse than Goldbrand. Since you couldn't double equip melee weapons in Oblivion, there was no reason to use the Ebony Blade. It was simply bad. It was just a worse It wasn't even as strong as like a... I don't think it was even as strong as like a Daedric Longsword. Or if it was like only marginally better. Goldbrand was straight the best weapon for like combined damage. Umbra was best for pure physical damage. But the Ebony Blade was just kind of a worse Umbra, and it, you know, worse, not Umbra, Goldbrand, and it was just like, that's the one you got rid of because it was objectively the worst. Oh, I'm sorry, but it is gold. I have to mine gold. And there's a reason Speed Miner exists. It just speeds that up. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, Umbra's armor was... Yeah. That weirdly scales. It's either, I believe, straight up early ebony armor, but if you're too low a level, it's like orcish level. It's really weirdly low. It's really weird. Or is it dwarven? It's either orcish or dwarven level. It's weird. It does actually scale. It's just such an oddity that they thought to do that out of the armor, but not. Even though you know you can't do the quest until later. Is this a dragon fighting? Yes, it is. Then that would explain why it killed those two saber cats. Because these things hit hard. Well, they are dragging weapons. Uh-oh. Totally. I mean, I am in light armor, but... filter of health, that will do. Filter of lingering damage health, yes, let's try that. Healings. Need more healings. Glug, 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 glug. You couldn't do that in Oblivion, but Oblivion restricted you having 4 potion active effects at once, and since technically the restore health potions were an active effect, it'd lock you out of drinking more than like 4 or 5 at a time. Yeah, Daedric armor is technically made from ebony. Metal is ebony, but you infuse a Daedra's soul into it by sticking a heart with it. Because yeah, it's just a bit weird. I mean, Goldbrand's also a katana though. In Skyrim, the ebony blade isn't bad. It just is bugged. For some reason, I think it got changed to a 2-hand weapon to become a proper katana, which you do wield with 2 hands. Yeah, it goes off the one-handed skill. It's really weird. I'm pretty sure it's a bug. I'm not sure if they fixed it in special editions like Anniversary Edition patch or not, because I don't run the Anniversary Edition. Actually, technically I do run Anniversary Editions patch. I just run the older EXE. That's what I do. I actually do run the patch. But oh no, what is that approaching me? Oh, it's just a cave giant, it's fine. It'll die very, very quickly. There it goes, it's dead now. I mean, I've always preferred the axe and the hammer to greatswords. I've never liked greatswords in Skyrim. I've always felt they felt off. And I think it's partly due to that weirdly vertical animation. If I had one, I would demonstrate it, but I don't think I actually have a greatsword on me. Because one day we'll figure out what this ash pile was. Oh, it was a saber cat. What's that doing as an ash pile? I don't remember using lightning around here. Hero doesn't use lightning. I don't use lightning. Not around here, at least. Windhelm. I'd say the thing with the Ebony Blade in Oblivion was it was just a straight up worse Goldbrand. I think they were even the same model. They were just different textures. So they're like, it was just straight up worse, and it was the one I always give away during the main quest to Martin, just because it is objectively worse than it's just worse than the Goldbrand, and there's no reason to really keep it. I mean, the Mace of Molag Bal isn't good. It is technically the strongest physical damage of a mace, but a blunt weapon, one-handed blunt weapon. But I don't think these are supposed to respawn. Clearly, they do. I'm sure I didn't set these to respawn. I'm sure I didn't set those to respawn. Oh well. Clearly I did. Oh yeah. Oblivion's Daedra are just Daedra just look like elves with horns and a bit of red face paint. They don't look demonic, they don't look threatening. Hell, well, they just don't look good. And they're usually equipped with iron crap as well, because they're usually low level, so they spawn with iron weapons. Because the default spawn equipment is a fire enchantment weapon of a level appropriateness, which means it's almost always iron or steel, which means they're always equipped with absolute joke weapons. I've changed it so that you have Dremora weapons, which are about middling quality. Way the same as Daedric, but you can't take them, so I thought might as well just make them unplayable, because they're a bit of a waste of time, because, let's face it, you never use the Dremora weapons in Oblivion either. Oh, giant. I used to be a giant like you, then I took a bullet to the knee. Or to the shin. I think that was more to the shin. This saber cat. Right through the schnoz. I'll take its tooth though. Where's that the giant? Where is this? There it is. Ah! A greatsword! Perfect. I can demonstrate what I mean about the weirdly tall animations. So if I just take this weapon, beautiful orcish greatsword, draw it, and see what I mean by the weirdly tall, the vertical animation. It's just a little too unnaturally vertical for me. It's not too bad in first person, but in third person that animation does... It's just a little bit too vertical for its own good, and you can sort of see it just doesn't quite look right. You know, compared to the, like, it's like the running block with the axe, it just doesn't look right. Oh, ramming again. Yeah, the data in Skyrim are just so nothing. And it doesn't help that, like, yeah, of course, half of Oblivion's enemy variety was in its Daedra. That made sense. But Skyrim just has just Dremora, and they're just the most generic nothings that, honestly, they don't feel unique, they don't feel distinct. Nothing about them is interesting. Like, the ones that are, like, come in the black robes, they just look like any generic, like, they just look like a Dunmer. They don't even look special. They're just, everything about them just comes off as so generic. And last minute, and they put them in just because they needed something. Oh no, I accidentally took 2 items. Oh well, I've got a bit of crap on me now, apparently. Yeah, this is the I mean, if you ever seen a claymore, yeah, they are actually pretty damn huge. But, you know, claymores, which are your typical two-handed, like, greatsword type weapons, they are kind of huge. That is what they are. But it's just this perfectly vertical stance just looks so weird to me, and it's always put me off using the greatswords. Trees Lod's decided not to go away. Always looks absolutely awful. No, the bear. I didn't know we were in the rift still. Right, we must run down this river. Oops, wrong shout. There's only a hawker ahead, it's fine. I'm only gonna bonk the hawker with my axe. Smashy, smashy. Whoosh. Sloppy shaky. No, barnacles. It's different thing. Boink, boink, boink. Now we're gonna... Yeah, I'm gonna end the stream after this quest. After I get embarrassed by this quest, because, oh god, it is embarrassing. Like, this quest really doesn't assume that you have any combat ability and haven't fought anything. You know, it's like, or, you know, the fact that you might be an Argonian and resistant to poisons, canonically, not just gameplay-wise, it bothers me, this quest send in so many ways, because it just feels so out of place. You know, like, you're so, like, oh, it doesn't matter what your magic resist is and what you are or what you've done. No, you're going to be taken down by this bloody port. And it implies that being hit by it's not that the poison gets you, that's the real issue, no. It's that Mercer stabbing you once will kill you when you have survived far worse. You know, you're fighting a dragon where it's basically its entire gob is full of daggers, as for functional better term, and live. No, you've... Doesn't matter how heavy your armor is, nah, Mercer's stab would have killed you. No, it wouldn't. It's just stupid. Oh, the guards have all spawn balled. Yeah, I'm not sure it's how perfectly upright it is, rather than the it's just the perfect, like, towering upright rather than the slight. I mean, a common way to carry a claymore does seem to be like on the shoulder. You know, more, you know, sort of smash with it almost. You know, holding it perfectly vertically actually takes a lot of more strength because it's an unnatural position with weird weighting. And it just bothers me. The animation just looks so off. The first person animation is fine because it's not so perfectly vertical, so it's better balanced. But yeah, it's one of those things that it just has always bothered me, so I've never really used greatswords. That and their unique perk of extra critical damage is so nothing. It doesn't help help. Well, the axes get a slight bleed, which is useful, especially if an enemy blocks. And hammers just ignore so much armor, which actually makes the hammers and maces the best. Oh no, it's an Elder Troll! Those damn Elder Trolls, you see. What is that, evil aura?
Now cast.
What is this evil aura? 14. Let's just put up legacy. In. Oh. So what is 14 then? Oh, it must be immersive creatures. It's a hybrid soul journal. No, I'm not going to read it, but. Oh no. I've never come across this in the middle of the night, so. Oh my god, how many. I think I've stumbled across their camp. Eyebrow. Oh my god, how much spells can you spam? It's disturbing how much spells spam is going on here. Just bonk. Oh, you're just dead. You didn't even get the hybrid soul. That was kind of predictably bad. Hero kill. Yeah. She's quick. She's quicker than me. Yeah. I mean, oh, and now the goblins have decided they want to come into a fight. Now the goblins have decided there's a war going on. Bonk. Oh, you used a potion? That was not. You wasteful little devil. Oh, still you devil. Right, take that back. Bonk, boing. Boing. Bear. Pit of death. You can't go in it. It's just the pit of death. Oh, hybrid soul pull. Oops, wrong shout. Good job I didn't do that with Mercer, because he'd probably attack me, because he's a dick. Hello, Mercer. Yes, finally, emphasis.
Carlia is still inside. No, I found her horse. Don't worry, I've taken care of it. She won't be. Let's get moving. I want to catch her inside while she's distracted. Just make certain. The last thing I need is you blundering into a trap and warning her that we're here.
Now he's just gonna pick the impossy lock, which only exists on this door and exists solely to block you from getting in. Again, it sort of stops you from getting in here early. Mercer, get your butt down here. Mercer, get your fucking butt down here, you bastard. Hurry up.
There's little time for talk. What do you want?
Get your fucking butt. Make sure I actually grab Mercer. Get your fucking butt down here.
What? What is it?
Open this goddamn door. Mercer. Open the goddamn fucking door.
What? What is it?
Move ya! Is it TGO3? No, TGO4. Yeah, Scoundrel's Folly. Why this is broken? Something I think has broken bad with the Thieves Guild form. That's Gormai, so it must be TGO5. Is this speaking with silent? Yep. So. Right. TGO5, 30.
That's enough of this. this unnecessary chatting. We need to keep going.
Right. Right, it just didn't want to work, so I'll use my power to unlock the door. Yeah. Right. A fellow can't accompany me here.
Yes, what is it?
Because we need this bullshit, how weak are we moment. Oh look, someone's been in here recently. Yeah, hurry up, sir. You're already wasting my time. Just Droger, it's fine. Well, you didn't even bother getting your butt in here, Mercer, so... You just... Don't worry. These things called Droger reset the traps.
Your blood will adorn my blade.
Shut up, Mercer. You're going to wake them up. I mean, oh, Elder Scrolls 6, I can't see it until at least 2030. And I just can't see it being good either. I think Skyrim was lightning in a bottle. I don't think it will happen again. Oh, well, at least it wasn't a fucking disarm. That's something. Why are you radaring that one, you dumb little Droger? I didn't even woken from your slumber, and then as soon as you open your eyes, you're immediately cut down by an axe flying at your face. So, like, oh, not again, bonk. This one sort of hidden to the side. No, it's there.
You can't hide from me.
Oh, you can't even kill a regular Droger. I'm just embarrassed for you, Mercer. I'm just embarrassed for you. Yeah. The thing is, the world space will have to be either they will never do elsewhere. It's just furries don't sell. Same with Black Marsh. They will never do Black Marsh because that again, furry scalies don't sell. You know, it just it puts some people are just put off by it. I don't know why. No, I wanted that book! I think I already have a copy of it, but still. This vengeance for my book. That was my book! But I can't see it being as big as Scott. It will make probably more sales than Skyrim, but at this point I think sales are almost irrelevant because, well, you see games make huge sale numbers and then just no one remembers them a year later. Wow. Having flashlight eyes, you really aren't very good at sight. Maybe they're blinded by their own eyes. But I just can't see it being as good as Skyrim. And I think Skyrim is just a perfect hit at the right time. And seeing how the Bethesda RPG has developed post Skyrim, I don't think any of it was a particularly good direction. Like, Starfield is just like randomly generated crap for the most part. It's awful. There's a lot of big open nothing expanses. And, part of what made a Bethesda RPG so good was the lovingly handcrafted, detailed world. Fallout 4 is fucking tiny, but it is lovingly crafted. it is unmistakably too dense. It's too small a world space, all packed into one, and as a result, it doesn't feel great to explore as well. Skyrim is a nice big space that's not too big. It's actually smaller than Oblivion. One thing worth noting is that the 3 Elder Scrolls games are all perfectly in scale with one another. It's actually quite weird to think that like Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim are all perfectly in scale with each other. But, you know, unless it's Hammerfell, the world will have to be or Morrowind again. It could be the entirety of Morrowind. That's the only one that's bigger than Skyrim that hasn't already been done. But, you know, you would have to include Vardenfell again, which would be a repeat. So it's probably Hammerfell's the only one that's otherwise of the right size and isn't full of like non-humans. And to be honest, I'm not sure they would do Morrowind again because it's not full of humans. You know, that was more acceptable. You know, more acceptable in the early 2000s is to have non-humans everywhere. Yeah. And that, as you say, an active community is important for a game to be remembered, and you know, they kept saying, oh, Starfield will be a 10-year game. It's struggling to even be a 10-month game. It's, you know, it lost relevance, I think, within 10 weeks. I think the most recent update tying into its DLC is revived some interest, but it's not. I don't think it's revived it. I don't think it'll just prolong it slightly. I don't think it will actually extend its life. Well, what's this? A shout I haven't learned. I must see in my eyes. Ah! My eyes! My eyes! They are burned! All I can see is the word disarm. Alright, we must unlock that. Disarm. Defeat. My eyes! My poor eyes! My precious eyes, they're burned. You know, it's dark and wearing sunglasses at midnight. Ugh, my eyes, they've been burned. So where do we go? Well, we gotta go through there, surely. Surely, yes. But Mercer, tell me where to go, you useless twonk. Oh, it's just a restless drawer. Yeah, and that's the thing is, Starfield, it's not memorable. You know, if it wasn't made by Bethesda, I guarantee it would have just flopped. It wouldn't have got any media coverage. It would have just flopped. Oh, not another door where only Mercer can get through.
Ah, it's one of the infamous Nordic puzzle doors. How quaint. Without the matching claw, they're normally impossible.
Yeah, and yet you say that and then do it anyway, which kind of defies the whole they're normally impossible to open.
Fortunately, these doors have a weakness if you know how to exploit it. Quite simple, really. Carly is close, I'm certain.
Yeah, having the key.
Now let's get moving.
So Starfield was a flop. Now for the stupid part where Mercer supposedly kills us with one stab, even though we've, you know, survived no end of fights before. And even more funny, become ethereal, completely immune to damage. Nah, Carlisle's stupid arrow still gets me because bullshit story quest. I hate this quest. You know, I hate this quest. It makes no sense. But I think I possibly fell through the floor.
Do you honestly think your arrow will reach me before my blade finds your heart?
Give me a reason to try.
You're a clever girl.
Yeah.
Buying Golden Glow Estate and funding Meadery.
It would have been just better to say, think she's up ahead, and you scout out from above, and then he closes like a gate on you. So you can't shoot through.
Not quick enough. Otherwise Gallus would still be alive.
Gallus had his wealth and he had you. All he had to do was look the other way.
But, yeah, I honestly believe that if Starfield didn't have Bethesda behind it and Microsoft advertising the shit out of it, because, yeah, they did that. They used my... it wouldn't have. It would have just been another generic base game that no one really cared about. Like, I'm gonna stand here waiting for so long while you slowly drink this potion. I've not even moved. I can still see her in exactly the same spot she was in before. Now she's slowly walking away. And now the stupidity happens.
How interesting. It appears
Again, it would have just been better to have this exchange where she's constantly under cloak, you know, under invisibility, but taunts Mercer, and then you're just watching from above being on lookout. And then Mercer triggers a trap on the room you're in, knowing the dungeon. You told you to wait in a specific spot, triggers a trap in the room you're in, and you survive. Yeah, that's the thing is... Good. I mean, Witcher 3 actually does have a surprisingly big modding community. At least it's got a surprisingly big Nexus page. It's got a lot of Nexus mods, so it's actually surprisingly big, but... I know, I never cared for Witcher. It was never a game I could get into. I can see why it has fans, but it's never a game I got to get into. You know, there was... Oh god, Carlisle's baldness really bothers me, because it's really, really tall forehead. She reminds me of The Sims 2. It's not good. And she's also one of the few Dunmer in Skyrim that hasn't got like a really, really pointy chin and really bad fish eyes. So she stands out, and with her custom eyes, she really stands out.
I made a split-second decision to get you out of the way, and it prevented your death.
Yeah, but I'm like an actual fighter. I'm a companion. You know, it's just a bullshit quest. But like, good games never die. Like, I've gone back and played some bloody old games recently, and a lot of them still hold up. Yeah, they aren't the greatest graphically, but they still hold up. They're still fun. The stories are still good. Modern games, I'm not convinced by the writing in a lot of modern games. I just don't think it's good for the most part. But I think part of that's modern culture just isn't... It's not a time where you can do stuff. Yeah, it's full Mary. I know. I've seen it before.
Gallus' friend at the College of Winterhold. The only outsider Gallus trusted with the knowledge of his...
Yeah, I've been called this word a million times already by random thieves, and I'm wondering what it means.
Myself, Gallus, and Mercer. Perhaps I'll tell you more about...
We're an anonymous splinter, and yet apparently every random thief in the world knows. Hardly anonymous, then. Hail, Nightingale! Well, it's supposed to be anonymous! Right, we're heading to Winterhold now. Only to Empire. Right. You realise I'm actually the Archmage of that college. Right? Right? No. No, why would you recognise that? Right. Oh, I've never actually talked to Mira about... Oh well. Oh well, I'll go set that up next time I do it. But that's for another week. Stream is already overrun massively, so... There we go. But first, do I have any new armor? No, no, no. I mean, I've got the ebony armor again. Seem to be picking that up quite a lot. But no, nothing else, so... That's the end of the stream. Thank you all for watching. Subscribe or donate if you want. Donation links in the description as per the usual, as is a list of all the past streams, both, you know, special edition and non-special edition, both with this adorable little shortling. Who I did just port her straight over. I copied the sliders, I copied the face and everything. Well, I copied the body, you know, copied the face over, because, yeah, that was, strangely was compatible between special edition and non-special edition, and I also copy the body sliders. I had to manually copy that on a bit of paper. But yeah, so same shore, different adventure, many more crashes. Oh god. Especially like streams 50 onwards, the crashes got stupidly common. I really did push it just to 56, just because 56. Oh, thanks for watching, it's not always nice to have someone to chat to on stream. It is a nice feeling, and it happens occasionally with these Skyrim ones. It will be on there will be a Skyrim stream next week, probably later starting. It hopefully won't be before after 3 o'clock, but 3 o'clock British time, so 4 o'clock most of Europe. Possibly 5 o'clock Eastern Europe. I don't know where the time zone split actually is. And whether or not daylight savings is a thing still, because that's always a pain in the arse. But yeah, rough will probably be a bit later, just as a warning. Still will be on, just will be a bit later. Anyway, good. Bye. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.